We got Smash Bros though.
3, 2, 1, go!
What's up? It's your boy Leatherhead back with another Live and Level Gamers podcast, back on our second week post my vacation. K-Bum, you back yet?
Yeah, I just got back Saturday.
All right, so K-Bum is back from Orlando to Florida. Keith Norris will be jumping in here a little bit later. We got a few topics on deck for you. Wolverine has had a few hands-on, and we're noticing people are happy and not and concerned at the same time. I don't know how many reviews you are discussions you watched about it, K-Bum, but everyone is kind of saying the same thing, so we want to talk about that. Square Enix made a gamble last year, pulling all exclusive titles from the PlayStation brand and going over to Nintendo and Xbox. And we're going to talk about how that gamble has paid off. Madden 27 came out this week, and we have noticed something. The Switch 2 version doesn't have crossplay with the other versions. We're going to talk about if that is that acceptable in the year of 2026. And then we got another topic. If we get there, we may talk about it or not. We're going to look at who are the actual core fan base of Sony, if we get there, amongst other things we'll talk about. But anyway, welcome. I see Alan Steed down here. I see Matt Jazz down here. Welcome to the show. Man. Don't look at our names right now. If I change it, it's gonna mess up until Keith gets here.
No, that should be the first thing y'all look at. Y'all look at that. Look at it. Look at that and say level. Say level. What are you doing, sir? Look at it.
Overlook the lack of professional. But I don't feel like trying to rescale this.
No. You say the level. Type in the chat. Say how have you been doing a podcast for 37 years and our names still look like this? Y'all go tell level that. Put it in the chat.
Blame it on Keith for being taughty. We got Comic Book Crunch up in this piece. We got the video game Hey Kitty. Funny thing, Miss Nia, at my job, there's a person that has got a position, and her whole area is nothing but Hello Kitty. I mean, K-Bone, when I say it's overwhelming, I mean, as soon as you walk in, it hits you right in between your eyes. You're like, oh, you really love Hello Kitty, don't you? But anyway, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. She said, stop this. I can't be here. But anyway, we look forward to the conversation on tonight. But K-Bum, I did something post the pod last week, man. You told me. You said
post the pod.
Yeah, post the pod. You said level. Mm-hmm. I asked you a question. I said, K-Bum, have you seen A Brand New Day? And you hesitated for a second. And when you finally answered my question, you said, absolutely. And
the day it came out.
Right. So, I went up and I talked to Miss Level, and we tried to schedule a day to go out and watch the movie, but she really didn't want to go. So she gave me the permission. She gave me the allowance, the okay, the cosign, the salute, the support. She undergirded. Let me stop. She gave me the.
Wow, that was about to be a biblical word. Undergird, boy. That is not that's the Lord's English right there.
Yeah.
Undergird.
She's the help meet. She's here to help you meet. Anyway, I went out on Friday, post that pod, and I caught a late night viewing of Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Late night.
Late night, bro.
Level head down.
I didn't get up out that piece until about 12:20.
Somebody had to wake you up?
No, I didn't. No falling asleep at all. I had my Pepsi, or I think I had a Pepsi.
Level head down.
I'm here to say, man, this was an excellent movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to say. Tom Allen. I mean Tom. Tim. Is it Tim or Tom? It's Tom Holland. That's right, Tom Holland.
He said Tim Allen.
I said Tim Allen. Tom Holland. Slap yourself. Slap yourself. Don't mess it up. I'm in the zone, man. Tom
That's
Holland.
the tool man, Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, sorry.
Tom Holland is absolutely the best Spider-Man we've ever had in the history of all these Spider-Man movies.
Spider-Man.
What's up, Keith? See how I fixed himself as soon as he got here?
What's up?
And I'm going to say
Spider-Man.
Brand New Day is the best Spider-Man movie.
Ooh.
And y'all
It's the best one. Now, I know that.
Are you saying live action one? Are you saying anime? Are you saying period?
Best Tom Holland in live action, because we started a conversation in the chat, but I don't want to go there yet, K-Bum. Let me.
Okay, all right. I'll back on up. Let me back on up.
Build up to that question, but
I'm backing up. Don't worry about it.
Out of all of the live action with what's his name? Tobey Maguire, I think that's his name. And the second dude, who's the second dude?
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield, which I liked his movies. I liked him as Spider-Man.
Yeah. Ugh.
I did. I liked him kind of. He
was a jerk.
He wasn't.
Andrew Garfield is a good Spider-Man. I
thought he was good.
Andrew Garfield is a great actor. He's a the Spider-Man movies are trash.
Tobey Maguire was too moody at times.
I love Tobey.
But
I love Tobey.
None of them have anything on time.
But Tobey was 35 years old playing Spider-Man in high school. That was the problem.
And I left that theater just really, really amazed and appreciative of what they put together. The story, the pacing, the who's. Man, dude, like, it even had a spiritual level to it. Like, some of the things that was going on the stream made me think of other things that can go into a biblical place. And I was just like, they did that. And it was grounded. It was grounded. It wasn't dealing with the, you know what I'm saying, the situation with, you know, the multiverse and all that. It was grounded.
It wasn't skies and gods and space beams.
It was New York. It was New York. It was grounded. But
it was small potatoes, as she said.
But yeah, small potatoes. But that wasn't no small potato towards the end. Like, Lord,
that was good.
You saw something return. I can't spoil it, but it made you realize.
Not yet, too early.
It made you realize why that person or that thing couldn't be elsewhere. It would have broke it if they let that person loose like that. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, man. And I had to give you, K-Bone, you said it was good. Brother, you was right. You was right.
When do I let you down, sir? When do I let you down?
Every now and again, brother.
Don't do that.
We're not here to count and keep up. No, we don't keep up tally. We don't tally these things. But anyway, it's good. So, Keith, have you got a chance? I'm pretty sure, I don't know. Did you get a chance to see it yet? Or no? No, okay.
My schedule said no.
So anyway, if you haven't gotten a chance, it's made 1.7.
I'm like that.
It made 1.7 In a week.
Forget that superhero fatigue.
So
Ain't no such thing.
it was good, man. It was really good. Go ahead.
I did want to jump to two points before you get down into it. I did want to touch on what Nia said. Andrew Garfield is not a good actor. Andrew Garfield is an amazing actor. It took me a while to realize that that script was bad. I agree with you. Tom Holland has embodied the Spider-Man role. He embodied the comic book version of Spider-Man, the youthful, young, innocent, naive type of Spider-Man. I think Toby Spider-Man was a little bit different. It was more of the 90 cartoon version of Spider-Man, which was an older Spider-Man. He was already like out of high school and college and trying to get married to MJ. It was a different Spider-Man that he kind of did, which is the 1990 cartoon. And Andrew Garfield was also a different Spider-Man because he was I think Spectacular. I think it was that Spider-Man that he was focused on. But Tom,
amazing.
That was amazing. You're right. Yeah. Amazing. Sorry, the Amazing Spider-Man was a little different series. But Tom was the original OG Spider-Man that from the comics, and I thought he did an amazing job. I do have to differ a little bit with Level.
I know.
I still think getting all three Spider-Man in one movie and making it work is still Mount Rushmore for me when it comes to Spider-Man movie. Seeing my boy Toby back and seeing Andrew in a good script, as Nia's saying, and then Tom interacting with all of them, and also seeing my boy Green Goblin getting his acting chops again. Like it's just so hard for me to put that down. And also the great why does his name slip my mind? But Dr. Octopus,
Dr. Octavius.
Yeah, Octavius. Like he's an amazing actor, and finally get to see him on the screen again. It's hard for me to put anything over that. But this movie, if it scrapes it, it's on its tail.
So,
it is.
So speaking to what K-Bum just said, I went back and I binged after that movie. I went back and I binged all three of Tom Holland's Spider-Man movies.
Speak to me.
The first one was better than people want to give credit.
It was good,
Michael
man.
Keaton
It was good.
as the what is that?
It was amazing. Vulture.
Vulture. Michael Keaton is Vulture.
He was amazing.
And that revelation in the car when he put
that was so good.
I forgot how good that was.
Because here's the thing, the audience already knows.
Yeah.
But so the fact that you can have tension with the characters when the audience already knows the secret means it's either great acting, great script, or all the above.
Right. It was good. Like it was better than I remembered. And it really shows Spider-Man in his youth and his naive but zeal, like scripture say zeal without knowledge is dangerous. That movie really expressed that, and then having Iron Man as his mentor, and really like all that was dope, and I really appreciate it. Then the second one, I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of was in and out on the second one because I was doing stuff, but second one is I don't think the second one is good as the first one, but it wasn't bad. Mysterio.
The second one, that was Mysterio, and the second one is
I think the final fight was dope with the drone.
The final fight was dope, but that movie was it was okay.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It was
the
okay.
Third one,
it was mid.
To your point, the third one is really good. Oof. But when I got done watching all three, I was like, you know what? And I might be prisoner of the moment.
Hey, hold on to your belief, sir.
Yeah, I still left when I got even seeing Toby, seeing all of them come up, there was a weightiness and a sincerity watching Spider-Man have to deal with the consequences of his actions, and just how that decision in 3 was going to affect him, and that to me, Tom acted that out. And then his wife, what's the girl name? His wife, what's her name?
Zendaya. Zendaya.
Whatever. As MJ.
Are they really married for real?
Yeah, they married for real.
Yeah, man.
I thought that was the internet stuff.
No, bro. They've been dating for since Spider-Man.
And they chemistry on the screen was
dope.
Was dope. And seeing her having the opportunity to really get into her acting chops in that movie because of the plot and how things go and what was happening, you got to see her really explore her depth. That was just
yeah. She's great.
And then the chemistry between Spider-Man and Punisher was crazy. And so
that's because they're legit friends for real.
Oh, I didn't know.
Andrew. No, Spider-Man is the reason why. Tom told old boy to audition for the Punisher.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's news.
They were other way around. One around. Like they were friends before Spider-Man and Punisher. They were friends back then.
Okay, you can see.
This predates it.
All I can say is everything happened on that screen was so. It's like us here. It's just chemistry. It's like, man, like how long y'all been knowing each other? I don't know, but we got it. That's how they came off.
LeBron James
and
LeBron James.
Anyway, but okay, real quick,
That's
and then we
funny.
getting into what you been gaming on, y'all.
All right.
We don't. The topics tonight
All
might
right.
not last that long, so we good. So, me and my daughters were sitting up there, and we got to singing that Sunflower song from by what's his name? What's the dude that sing that song?
The white dude with the
white
tattoos on his face.
I can't think of it right now. I normally can think of it. So we singing that song, and they're like, "Man,
Post Malone.
Post Malone." And so my daughter's like, "Dad, put Spider-Man Miles on." So I put on Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I'm here to say, I think, even though I think Tom Holland and that Spider-Man that's dope and is the best, he the greatest, and their movies are, I don't think they have anything on the animated Miles Morales storyline in their movies. And I was like, dang, this is really freaking good. And the second one matches it almost tit for tat. And I asked the fellas, is the live action Spider-Man the best Spider-Man movie series going on right now, or is it Miles Morales and that animated version? Which one is the best? So I bring it to the cast. Over the next few minutes, y'all answer that. We're gonna go into what you've been gaming on. K-Bone, do you want to answer? Do you have an answer, Keith?
I absolutely have an answer.
Go ahead. Well, go ahead and answer.
I absolutely. To me, mine goes. It is still multiverse. To me, is still the best Spider-Man. I'm sorry, live action multiverse to me is still the best Spider-Man because of seeing the acting that those actors do on that screen was just amazing. Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse is 2 and 3. If you want to ask me about it, it's 2 and 3. Actually, I just watched it again last Wednesday or Thursday. My brother had it playing.
Read that right there when you get done.
I sat there and I watched it. I watched it like this last week, so it's fresh in my mind and it's amazing. So to me, it goes the Spider-Verse live action, and then the 2 Spider-Verse movies animated, and then it goes Brand New Day. Okay. That's me. That's how I feel. That's my take, and I really don't think it can change unless this third Spider-Man movie is just that amazing.
Comic Book Crunch said Miles Morales is so good, you forget it's an animated movie. That is absolutely fact. I'm going to say for me, K-Bum, and I might have to say this is a toss-up. But if I put it in the top 3, I'm going to have to say Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse, just because of how that movie concluded. Just that last sequence when he finally come to realize he got to do it his way based off what his mama told him. And he just started being Miles Morales and doing him.
You put that ahead of Into the Spider-Verse? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's better to me.
You think you said the second one is better than the first one? Oh,
but I told you, it's tit for tat. But if I'm gonna nitpick. The reason why.
Man,
Wait a minute. I know that's a.
it's
I
not
know,
even a full movie.
Wait a minute. I know, but that's my whole point. The way that movie concludes, when you see Miles Morales of the universe and you realize he's in the wrong verse and you realize he didn't understand, and that whole sequence and it ends was
He was blackly black. He was the Latino Miles Morales.
It was almost. It wasn't Thanos. It wasn't at Thanos snap level. But K-Mom, it felt like another snap moment. And when they left you there, and you just had to deal, and now you gotta wait. That gravity, my oldest daughter, still like, Dad, when is that movie coming out? When is Miles Morales 3 coming out? We got to see what's going on. Man, I've been waiting on this movie so long. So for me, I'm going to say Cross the Spider-Verse.
Across, okay.
Brand New Day.
And?
A toss-up. I'm going to say the one that you just said. I'm going to say Spider-Man 3 from the live action. Then I say Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
4 Into the Spider-Verse, 3 Spider-Man 3, 2 Brand New Day, 1 Miles Morales Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
That's what I say. Yeah, that's what I leave it. Keith, you haven't seen the new one, so you can't. I don't know if you can. You can give your opinion if you want to. I don't want to hold you.
Yeah, I haven't seen the latest one, and I'm not gonna break it down movie by movie. I would just say that if I didn't have any live action movies, I would be extremely satisfied with the Spider-Verse movies. But because I do have live action movies, I do like what they're currently doing with Tom. So
Yeah,
I think Tom is really doing a great job as Spider-Man. So, but yeah,
he's the greatest live action. He's there. Anyway, so let's get into what you've been gaming on. Let's go. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. Looking at me, but I don't feel safe. Is there anything you have to say, Miss Level? Y'all, she's gonna fuss at me live on air. Okay, she's stepped out. Okay, so who want to go first? What you been gaming on? Who want to take the reins first?
I can get this out the way so I can get back to eating. Yes, I am eating. Y'all know how it is. You know, the kid just got out of football practice. We got to eat. What have I been gaming on? Nothing really to talk about. Same old, same old. I don't want to downplay it, but 007. What else have I played? Played a little bit of, man, I should have had this queued up. Nintendo had 2K had a NBA 26. I said 2K16 26 demo that you can play. It ends today. I probably think it ends tonight. I played a little bit of that. If you didn't have the other versions and Jersey physics didn't bother you, it's a competent version. I think it's 30 frames per second. But it's straight. It's pretty cool. I did get a chance to play Cyberpunk. I went through and was messing with my settings with my new graphics card. Beautiful, beautiful game. There's still so much stuff I haven't done in that game, and I'm already at 90 hours. I could put so much more in there, and I just might. I played a little bit of Pragmata on harder difficulty, and let me tell you, harder difficulty is hard. Like I got stoned out about the I can't remember the name of the mech, but the big round ones that you see early on level. I got stoned out by one, and he hit me twice, and I was dead. I was like, oh shoot! So I really gotta be on my
hands
P's
on
and
you.
Q's. He put them hands on me. I really gotta be on my P's and Q's when I'm playing the game at that difficulty. And I played a little bit of Gears 5, and I am uninstalling Gears 5. I'm not gonna really play it.
Ooh.
I just bought it because it was on sale, but I'm not really gonna play that game. And have I played anything? I tried to play a little Splatoon Raiders, man, but I've been so busy. My oldest, my youngest, they've been having practice all week except yesterday, and I didn't really get a chance.
Take it on the go. What you mean?
No.
Yeah, you're supposed to be in the bleachers playing on the Switch too.
Yeah, take it on the go. Them kids don't care about you watching.
Hand one of them kids that other Joy-Con.
No, sir. No, sir. But yeah, that's all I've been gaming on.
All right.
Back to Eden.
All right, K-Bomb, come on through, bro. What have you been gaming on?
What I've been gaming on? Y'all know I've been gaming on the huge, which is Marvel Rivals. They just dropped a new character named the Hood. Like I said, if you saw the Ironheart series, you would know who that is. FIFA, still gaming on FIFA. The homies we hopped on last night, went 6-1. That was a pretty fun time. Still playing on that college football, sports ball alert, that college football 27. I got my dynasty with my Michigan Wolverines. I just won the conference championship. We are 12-0. We're about to begin our playoff run. Hopefully next time I talk, we will be national champions. So I'm excited about that. I may try to do a different dynasty this year. I may try to do a lower ranked team. I wanted to do a higher ranked team first so I can understand how everything works, and then probably go to a lower rank to make it a little bit more difficult. And then I did play a little Madden since Madden dropped last week. So I played a little bit of that. That was fun. But I don't want to, it plays different than college football, and I feel like if I play more of Madden right now, it's going to mess up how I play college football. And so I didn't put too much time into it because I don't want to mess up, because they are different and they play different. And you try to play one like the other, you will be throwing interceptions and making bad plays. So I put that to the side for right now. Next game I've been gaming on is again. I revealed it last week. And Level can put his little happy hat on because he was right. I've been playing Ghost of Yote. And I don't know about you guys. I don't think Keith hasn't played it yet, but I had to turn the game on hard, the harder difficulty, because the standard difficulty I felt was just a little bit too easy for me, and I wanted a little bit more of a challenge. So I turned it up, and that was the best thing I did. It's been fun since I turned it up, and now it's more challenging. It's not just a walk in the park. You have to be very strategic about how you attack and how you defend and how you take on battles. You can't just walk into. You used to be able to just walk into the compound and just say, "Yo, I'm here. Let's fight." But now you got to be a little bit smarter because some of those enemies hit a little bit harder. So I've been gaming on that. The game has gotten a little bit better since I've gotten a little bit further into it, but the story still is a lot of holes in the story. I'm not getting the ghost feel, the Suma feel, right? I connected with Jen. I really did connect with Jen. And even when the horse died in the first one, I was like, oh no, not my horse. But I don't have the same connection with Atsu and her characters. I don't remember the horse name. I don't even remember the wolf name, Kiba. I think I named the wolf. It's just not. It doesn't have the same feel to me.
Cabo tried to give every detail. I'm like, you got. I don't think we need to know the name of your specific horse. Go ahead.
All the details, sir. It's just not. It's not hidden on this.
I'm like, what?
Kiba. It means fang. That's why I named the wolf. But yeah, it's not
you
giving
can
the
name
same.
the wolf.
Yeah,
you can. Yeah, you can.
Epona.
So no, there's options, sir.
Yeah,
You have to choose between the options.
in the game. Yeah.
You got 3 options, sir. Choose. And also, secondly, there is a expansion. There's an expansion that's coming out that's supposed to tell more of her story when she was in the South. When she was fighting, no, when she was in the mainland. And that's supposed to flesh out more of her story. So, I don't know. I usually don't play DLCs once I beat a game because I'm usually done with the story, but we'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm gaming on.
All right.
And also, I'll put this out right now. I have 2 more single player games that I have delivered. No, 3 single player games delivered at my house from GameFly, that is waiting for me to finish with this game. We gonna see if you can guess right this next game.
I know.
Just saying.
Splatoon.
We gonna.
Splatoon Raiders in there.
I said single player, sir.
You said single
player.
player. Splatoon Raiders is a single player game.
Spoiler alert! Nope.
Okay, single player.
GameFly said that is too hard to give you.
Oh, they
Zeros.
did. One of them is
It's low. It's low.
It's 007.
It's low. I give you that spoiler. You ain't getting nothing else.
007 is one of them.
007 better be one of them. It better be one of them.
I won't play 007 just because Keith want me to. What you mean?
Give me some time. I think of some, I got you said single. You said they all single player, right?
Yeah, they're all single players.
Okay, give me some time. I think about it. All right, for me, man, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm kind of where Nia is. I didn't play any games this week. I think I turned on Splatoon Raiders because I was going to try to play with Keith, and me and him was like, you know what? I don't have it in me. So
it ain't happening, Captain.
Yeah, it didn't happen this week. Being back from vacation, of course, things picked back up. So that downtime I had on vacation, hey, when I just noticed when I got some real downtime, I get some gaming in. But when my real day-to-day activities kick back up, it's hard for me to get down here. That's a
fact. That's a fact.
So I didn't get in the game in this week, but don't judge me. I'll be back on it. I just had to get back in the swing of things, being back off vacation. Now my son, what you got to say something too? You don't have to shut the door so soft, man. You can shut it. Go ahead and let them know you hear it. They hear the creaking anyway.
Yeah, I did hear that Resident Evil creaking back there.
Yeah, that's why I look behind me like, man, what's that? No. Anyway, so I didn't get much gaming in this week. I will next week have more to say about gaming. I did, Keith. I came down here and downloaded that Madden. Like, wait a minute, I got this Madden already. So I got to. I got 2K26 already. I got to get that mess off my that demo off my system. I already got NBA 2K26. So, and so no, I didn't get anything in that I feel like worth talking about. But anyway, that's what you've been gaming on. So let's get into these topics. So, if you are a connoisseur of the latest news around gaming, you should have heard and seen a whole lot of videos and comments and articles on people who have gotten the chance to go hands-on with the latest build of Wolverine for the PlayStation 5. Who was that? Go on upstairs. And I don't know how you be sneaking down here like that. You be getting close to me, and I don't even feel you until you right up on my neck. Y'all forgive me, the hair on my neck standing up. This girl done snuck all the way up on me. But so a lot of people have gotten a chance to go on hands-on with Wolverine for the PlayStation 5 from Insomniac and the latest build. And so I was tuning in. I watched, I think, Greg Miller and their podcast. I watched some of IGN. I watched GameSpot. I watched a few other, just trying to get a sense of what the vibes and feels are on this first hands-on. And I noticed a reoccurring theme between all of them. And what they said was they enjoyed it, but they had some concerns. And that kind of, and I kept hearing that same kind of rhetoric across different groups and different people, but the same state. I enjoyed it, but I have some concerns. And the concerns were, it's fun, but they don't know if this will hold up for a 15 to 20 hour long game with the type of, I guess, fighting, the combat, because there's a lot of, it feels very repetitive, I guess they were saying. So I don't know how much y'all watched of these different takes, but I'm curious of, we don't have no hands-on, so we can only speculate based on what I've heard. It looks amazing to me, but we all did say, I remember when we was watching Wolverine, that it was even though it looks amazing, there's something about it that's not.
It does look amazing.
Yes, it does. But there's something about it that's not, like when we watched it and then they showed LaFay, we had more response to LaFay than this one. And when we got done talking about it, it was like, man, there's something about it that still ain't getting me, even though it looks cool. So to hear them kind of still have those sentiments, I guess my question is, are you concerned with this game? Not necessarily that it'd be bad, but it may not live up to the hype. Who want to go first?
I can go first. My take is not going to be as polished. Like I said, I've been kind of busy, and even though I had opportunities to watch and consume more of this content, I didn't. I something about it kind of repelled me. I just didn't.
Repelled?
Yeah, I just didn't care.
All right,
maybe because it wasn't. Maybe because it's not coming to Steam. No, I'm just playing. That's a joke. I don't care. But if it did come to Steam, I would play it. But to me, it looks like typical, and I don't want to reduce it. I don't want to reduce what they're doing, but it just looks like typical Insomniac Spider-Man-esque third-person action game. That's what it looks like. It looks like it's just in that same vein. And remember, I was the same person that was like, man, I think Insomniac should do them all. But just looking at this, I was that guy.
He was that guy, y'all.
It just don't look as inspired. It looks good. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, if it came to PC, I would definitely pick it up and I would buy it. But it just like a typical game. Like I think it's gonna be 8.5. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be 8. It's gonna be a good game. I don't think it's gonna be bad at all. I just think that it's just a standard game. So yeah, I can come back in with a better.
He said the video game is a video game.
It's just gonna be a video game. I don't. It's like when I looked at Pragmata. Pragmata had that game loop with the hacking, and it was like, yo, this is different. It's forcing me to do other things. This kind of just looks like, I don't want to have to say it, but like babies Spider-Man combos or whatever. I know one of the videos I did see said that they had to do a lot of parrying. You know, even though Wolverine is like immune to a lot of stuff, you still gotta protect yourself. And I think you said you're gonna live on that L1, so that's cool. But yeah.
All right. I want to get a shout out real quick to Nova Wise 90. Welcome to the show. And Chariot Man is up in this piece as well. All right. That was Keith's take. It looks good, but basic, I guess, or average, or familiar, or similar. What would you say?
Familiar. I think familiar. I think familiar is good.
Okay, familiar. Okay,
I like that word.
K-Bomb, come on through,
yes, sir.
Here, sir. And same question: are you concerned based off some of not because like I said, it was a mixed bag. Not everybody. Some enjoyed it. Like they had good things to say. But I did hear a lot of, even ones who enjoyed it was saying, I am concerned that this might not hold up. I kept hearing that and hearing that and hearing that. Now, Greg Miller, he's very animated and over the top and can be a little extreme. So I went and listened to some other people that was a little bit more grounded in their retort of things, and they were saying the same things. So I was like, dang, that's interesting. So it was a lot of mixed bags. Not that it's going to be bad, but nothing special, nothing separating it from the pack. That's kind of like what Keith was saying. That is we've been here, we've done it, and I kept hearing that, and I explained when my opportunity come up. But K-Bum, are you concerned if you listen to any of those takes from these hands-on? Are you concerned, or what's your thoughts?
I'm gonna answer a question with a question.
Okay. So it's rhetorical.
Is that the direction I want to go? No. Let me do this first. Well, the Wolverine game looks amazing. We can all attest to that. The way that it looks, as far as it presents itself graphically, the way that it presents itself with actual voice acting, character models.
Hey, man, come on, man.
I'm not mad at it. Get that off. Get that off. Drop them bombs.
But we got.
I mean, it's about it. Everyone, okay. Let's call a spade a spade. Come on, stop it, guys. It hits the notes that it's supposed to hit.
Yeah.
It's story driven. The story looks compelling. It has characters that we care about. That's one thing that Sony does. Is Sony creates characters that you care about. How many people were ready to quit when Joe they did what they did to Joe in Last of Us 2? Like, because
Last of Us 2 because I found
we care about the characters, bro. Sony is very good at that. How many people had a fit because the new God of War was not Kratos?
It's scaring me, man. Where you going with this?
Let me cook for a little bit. Let me just cook for a little bit.
I feel I'm being set up.
It has all of those elements. Right, it has all of those pieces that either makes it a great Sony game. It has all of those pieces that make it a good Insomnia game. But it is wrapped around a hack and slash. Let's understand, guys. If someone can name me the last good hack and slash game, can someone name that? The last good one.
Good or great?
Good, great, good or great.
I can name some
good or great.
I can name some good ones. I can't name you great ones.
Big budget, high level. And I'm not talking like beat 'em up. I mean like man, that was a hack and slash.
Give me an example. Give an example, and I might be putting you on the spot, and I apologize.
Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry 5.
Okay.
Didn't finish it. Still trying to play through it.
Ninja Gaiden 4.
Got you. I'm with you. Keep cooking. You got you.
But I don't think Ninja Gaiden 4 is really a hack and slash, to be honest, because you can't just hack and slash your way through. You got to think about what you're doing.
So we don't put like a game like Ghost of Yotei, Ghost of Tsushima.
No.
Games like
that is not a hack and slash.
Stellar Blade or Bloody Blade or whatever.
That is not a true hack and slash.
Okay.
No,
so
those are not hack and slash.
All right.
No, sir.
I'm just trying to make sure we making some distinction. Because I might
old school God of War.
Okay. All right. I'm with you.
That's a hack. Not Ragnarok. Not 2018. I mean, God of War 3. God of War 2, those were hack and slashes.
Got you. I'm with you. So Batman Arkham, is that a hack and slash?
No.
Because
no.
Okay, then I'm okay. I'm gonna have to listen. I'm listening. Go ahead, you got it.
I'm still waiting.
No, I'm
with you. To me, that's the problem. Right? Is that Wolverine is a slash. How dynamic can you make slash? I
agree.
We've actually moved away from hack and slashes in big budget games. Like when you compare Ghosts or even the samurai games, these games you have to think, right? You just don't run a guy and just press square. And because we've kind of moved away, and there's more things like looting and getting skins and all this other stuff. There's a lot to it nowadays. But Wolverine, he has no gun. He has no long range attack. Except for diving towards you so I can hack and slash. Like what is he going to pull out a gun? Like, how is he going to attack you from a distance? How do you fight a boss battle with Wolverine?
That's why they put Gene in the game.
You slash the boss. Astral Chain. I never played it. If you tell me it's a hack and slash, I believe you. I haven't played it. Couldn't tell you.
No, Astral Chain.
Right.
I don't think that's a traditional hack and slash. No, it's too complicated to be.
It's got some complications.
It's too complicated for me to say it's a hack and slash. Does it have hack and slash aspects or elements, attributes? Yes, but so does Ghost of Tsushima has some hack and slash attributes, but it's too much thinking. It's too much going on the screen that you got to do with between the two characters for me to say it's a true hack and slash.
I can say this: if you can use the same combo the entire game, it's a hack and slash.
Okay, that's not Ghost. That's not shit. Yeah, you K-Ball, you cooking. Keep going, sir.
God of War.
Because what you said.
What you figured out, you can use the same combo the rest of the game. You may switch it up because one enemy wants you to use a sword, but then you go back to your same combo.
Yeah. You cooking because when the floor is mine, I'm gonna say something about another Insomniac game that I had an issue with. And it was around the same dynamic. And I was trying to put my finger on what does this remind me of? And I found it. But go ahead.
Yeah. And so with Spider-Man, there was so much diversity, right? There's so many different angles you can go with the character. Like you could fight, or you could just weld people up, or you could just disarm people, or you could fight with the environment, right? You could just throw things at people. And even there was different ways but Wolverine has claws, and he's going to do a different variation of slashing. Like, how do you make it diverse? So, okay, Nia, the old school God of War games were amazing. Absolutely, they were amazing. But as a gaming community, we have moved away from hack and slashers because these gamers are fiends and they need to be entertained for 40 hours with every game. And you get them a 10-hour game that has a great story. It ends perfectly. They're like, why? This game is terrible. I wasted my money.
Ooh,
so
hold on to that thought, because that would go with another topic that we might not get to. What you just said, you got to hold on to that. Please pin that. Write that down, what you just said, man, so I can remember what you just said.
So I think where people are feeling that this is a little off, right, is that how can I enjoy doing this slashing for the next 15 to 20 hours? And I don't know. This has been my concern since I first watched the gameplay of Wolverine, is this going to be fun for 15 hours? Just a variation of square, triangle, L1 block, square, triangle. I mean, because it's not going to differ too much. You're going to slash them up. So I don't know. So that's been my concern. That's concern that I've heard. I've heard some of the concerns about it being the same on Insomniac, which I'm like, come on, guys. Naughty Dog is a Naughty Dog game. Is a Naughty Dog game. Don't take this and be offended. Mario game is a Mario game. It feels like Mario. It is different. It plays different, but it is still a Mario game. The essence of Mario is still there within the game.
I'm offended.
Be offended because it's the truth. And that's how these games are. And yes, the soul of Insomnia is still there, and it's still Spider-Man-ish. But this is why people love these type of games. This is why you guys talk about the soul of Mwada, whatever his name, Iwata, in these games, right? And then when it's missing, you call it out. So I get it. But the Insomnia cooks with every game that they've made. So let's understand that Insomnia has been the reason why the PS5 is even as good as it is because of Insomnia. Let's not get that twisted. With Miles Morales, with Spider-Man 2, with Ratchet and Clank, and everything they've done, they are one of the sole reason from the first party perspective that Sony's even in the position that they're in right now. But yeah, I don't know. So that's my take on it. You got to take it angle you whatever you want to, but that's how I feel.
Okay, all right. Let me get some claps on that. K-Bomb cooked. Now, what he said opens the floor for me to say something that I was trying to pin, like, what does this remind me of? And as I was watching Greg Miller, them talking about it and watching the scenes and really just watching it, it brought me back to the last Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2. And it brought me to the scenes where you played, and I think when you played as Venom,
switched?
and when you get that new power up, and you just become a brute. There's no finesse with it. You just tanking through characters. You throwing everybody everywhere, and that, as dope as it looked, it was not fun because it required no real for real thinking. It was just a pure hack and slash at that point. Spider-Man is a hack and slash, but Spider-Man is not what I'll call a pure dead brain hack and slash. You got to swing, you got to jump off walls, you got to do all these acrobats. There's so many ways. Stealth. There's so many ways to approach. Not to say that them elements are not here in Wolverine, but Wolverine is a 1-to-1 hack and slash. You ain't jumping off walls. You're not flipping up. You're not swinging off with your spider web. You're not doing all those. You're not bayoneting. You're not calling up our God of War. You're not switching weapons. It's old school ninja gating. it's Xbox OG ninja gating, and that was fun. I'm not going to say hack and slash are hack and slash are played. I'm not going to say that, but hack and slash has moved to more of a B tier type of a game. So, and it's like this is a tier development with B tier gameplay. It looks amazing, but like K-Bum said,
it does.
Like K-Bum said, and I've been trying to figure out why am I. It's because it's too simplistic. He jumps over this dude, slash, blood, rip a neck open to the next one, slash. It's like this.
I mean, but to be fair,
wait. Let me finish. And I'll give right to you. It's only so much finesse you could put on it. It's because it's not a sword, it's not a gun, it's not a chain and a ball. It's punching with knives on your hands. And when ninja gating, you can switch from the sword to the bow to Wolverine's claws. He got a weapon like that. To nunchucks, you can't switch up with Wolverine. I'm going to punch slash you to death. I'm going to pick you up and slam you on the ground and slam you and I'm going to hit you with with IP man punches on the ground. Yeah. I think you cooked on that, K-Bum. But Keith, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
No, I don't need too much for it. One, those moments where you were talking about, I think it'll be like the equivalent of when Kratos goes into God mode and he just smash it. But those moments, I usually relegate those to my trump card. Like, all right, I'm in a sticky situation, I'm about to lose. Let me do this real quick. I don't use it to power through. But that's just how I choose to play. But you're absolutely right. But to be fair about Wolverine, that's what he do.
That's
honestly.
What he do.
That's
right.
That's what he do.
That's what he do.
So is Wolverine, not to say, okay, again, we're not saying this game is not.
They're being true to the character, bro.
This game is going to absolutely be 8 and above, right? But I don't think this game is going to be. I don't think it's going to be 9s unless there's some secret, like maybe a Hulk battle, stuff like that is going to have to help this game. But it's not going to be a 9 off of gameplay purely. it's gonna be a 9 off a story and unexpected happenings, stuff like
And
that.
voice acting.
Yeah, okay, Mom. All right. But based on what we're seeing, we know this is
crazy.
going to be a strong 8.5, easy, 8.7, somewhere. That's not a bad game. But, man, like Keith said, this is Wolverine. And the thought I had was Wolverine good on paper, but actuality, is he like Superman? How do
Yes.
you make Superman fun? How
Yes.
do you make Hulk fun?
Exactly. He is. How do you make it balance? That's why it has not been another Superman game. Is how do you make the character, the gameplay loop balanced while still being true to the essence of the character? And that's why Superman games don't exist anymore, because you take someone who you can't shoot, you can't outrun, you can't outmuscle, and you're supposed to make a gameplay loop out of that that's supposed to be fun, right?
And he can't die. Like they nerfing his healing factory just to make the game make sense, because they did something with his healing factor that's not really to the comic book truth.
He should be stand there and get shot at by all those bullets, unless they say something like they have bullets infused by the Silver Samurai or something like that.
Yeah.
It's how they can get around it. But even then, he's not supposed to be able to regenerate fast.
Yeah.
Even if it's anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting too comic book.
So
but
the story gonna have to carry this one more so than the actual combat system and gameplay, because everything we've seen so far, and I don't want to, like Keith, I don't want to relegate it to BBBBABR, XX square, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be combos. But like you said, K-Bum, in most cases, who are in Devil's May Cry, who actually learned every combo? You find out something that work, and in tight moments, you go into that every time to get out them tight moments. So the storyline gonna have to carry this, and so far, that's what I'm also kind of concerned with. I don't know how strong the storyline is looking so far, but it looks amazing visually, and I'm going to get it. It's not an urgent for me, but I'm definitely going to get it.
I'm not getting this at launch.
No, I'm not. It's not a
because I said I'm just now playing Ghost, so I don't know when I'm going to play this. This will probably be a GameFly.
Yeah,
I'd rather wait till GameFly can give it to me.
It'll probably be Christmas, around Christmas time. This might be another gift.
You sure? Sure you won't be playing that other Christmas game?
Oh, Zelda. Dang. Or
Next year
Grand
will
Theft
be.
Auto. This might be next year. Anyway, any other thoughts on this, or we can move on? So we ain't hating on you. And speaking of Venom, we're not hating on you, Wolverine, but you do kind of have a tank type play style, and that has never been fun for lengths of time. It's fun for short burst, but not for a whole game. And even Kratos, you changing weapons, you going to different things to make that work. But they had to change up the formula there because eventually it got stale.
It gets stale. It absolutely does.
Ninja Gaiden or Gaiden, the latest one, it was stale. Maybe Nia is right. Maybe hack and slash is played. Anyway, any final thoughts on this?
It's nothing. So I'll say this: I wish Insomnia Games the best. I hope they produce a crazy, amazing game that people love for years to come. I hope. Here's one of the things. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that everything I just said on this podcast today is absolutely incorrect. And this is going to be an amazing game that I can't wait to play. So let's just get that out the way. That's my true hope, that everything I just said was wrong. But my words are based off of what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. But I truly do hope that I'm wrong, and this game comes out and it's mind blowing. So
make a red look. Boy, it look dope. Okay, let me ask this real quick and then we move on. What makes Sifu, which is a hack and slash, what makes it hold up?
Hack
Are,
and
are,
slash, yeah.
are you ready for this,
Yeah, go ahead. We going to the next topic anyway. Go ahead. Cool.
brother? Seafood is a breath of fresh air when it comes to fighting games.
Okay.
There is not too many games like Sifu.
No, that is true.
It's not. It may be described as hack and slash, but this game is one of the smartest fighting games I have ever played. People do not wait around for their turn. They will put hands and feet on you.
Yes.
And you have to be intelligent on how you attack every single enemy. Like you have to strategize how you move on how you move in the environment to understand how to attack the people attacking you. It is the thinking man's hack and slash, if that's what you want to call it.
It's a reinvented approach to hack and slash that you can't turn your brain off. You gotta think this through.
Brother, my brain was.
Rover. You got to use.
It's real strategy.
You got to use the whole combo, the whole combo list of combos and what to do in what situation. Like nothing works against everybody. Like and even not against everybody. Nothing works in any given situation. You may have the same people fighting you, and it's not a situation that you can do this move.
I'm playing it now.
Oh man,
I'm playing it. I'm letting people see because, and this goes
amazing.
to another thing, man. Because the Eastern,
it's amazing.
Anyway, maybe Westerns don't know how to do hack and slash. Because
I don't think this is Eastern.
This not made by Eastern. You sure?
No, I believe Seafood was made by some American dudes.
I thought it might have been. I thought it was. Distributed by American, but made by some Eastern cats. But I might be wrong.
Slow cap.
Okay, it looks amazing.
What you say, Keith?
They're from Paris. SoClap is Paris, and H2 Interactive doesn't say.
Okay,
but yeah, they're from Paris.
Seafood.
Yeah, I didn't think there were. Yeah, the developers are H2 and Slow Cap. Yeah,
I
don't think this was Eastern.
Never mind. No, H2 Interactive is South Korea and Japan.
H2 is okay.
Yeah,
so it's a combination.
That's a topic we need to hit, man, because going from Wolverine and that big budget and then coming to Seafood, I'm telling you right now, Seafood looks more impressive as far as what's going on the screen. I'm like, Lord, this is just a time. Anyway, we got to move on. So that was that topic. Good luck to you, Logan. Hopefully, Insomniac put enough in there to hold up over a 15 to 20 hour game. With that being said, the next topic, Square Enix. We can get through this real quick. Square Enix, about 2 years ago, decided
2 years.
that they will no longer continue to make their games exclusive to Sony systems. As we know, Square Enix for about a decade or more, I would say since the PlayStation 1, has basically been exclusive to Sony. And that was a very thriving, lucrative relationship. All the Final Fantasies were coming to Sony platforms. Well, something with the last maybe possibly 2 generations. I mean, two generations have changed that dynamic to where Square Enix decided that that relationship between Sony and exclusivity was not a lucrative, not a good business move anymore, and they decided that they would no longer continue to make their games exclusive to Sony platforms, and that they decided to go multi-plat with all their Final Fantasy games coming to both the newly released Switch 2 and Xbox Series X and S systems. And I think maybe were they already releasing on PC? Am I wrong on that? I think they was already releasing on PC.
They already on PC.
So they came out with financials, and their financials show that move was the right move. Keith, did you have it up? I didn't pull that up. I had it up. You shared it, or did I share it? Who shared that?
I think you. No, I think I shared it.
How long ago was that? Did I share that? Or you shared it?
Somebody shared it. Dang.
Somebody shared it. Oh, okay. Send it to the chat, but to go ahead and talk about it. You can take the floor, and then I.
Can I? Let's see. I don't want to read Reddit. I don't have it actually. Let's see. Let's go to PC Gamer. It says Square Enix 88% profit bump. Financial report gives me hope for Final Fantasy 14, suggesting an MMO. Wait a minute. Is this what we want? This ain't what we want.
That ain't what we want.
No, because it had all the.
It had the numbers and everything on it. I thought.
Yeah. It was a PDF.
Here it is. I think I got it. I got it. I do got it. Yes,
here.
I got it.
Get it together.
I got it. I got it, fellas. Claps. I found it. That's why I be trying to pull this stuff up and get it back. Because I got to go so far back in the archives because we be texting all day long and this stuff. So anyway.
And you did share it. That wasn't me.
Yeah, I found it. So, they shared their numbers on the 10th. What's the day? The 13th. So 3 days ago. And they showed how their numbers have improved. And it was right here, I want to say in this segment, it said in the digital entertainment segment, the HD high definition game subs segment consolidated net sales and operating income for the 3-month period ending June 3rd, 2026 increased compared with the same period of the previous fiscal year, driven by solid performance from new titles including Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for Nintendo Switch 2, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows, and the Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales, as well as growth in sales of catalog titles.
Are you going somewhere on Saturday?
I want to go to this party Saturday, Daddy.
But no, I'm not. I'll be whatever you want me to be at, boo-boo. All right. So, in other words, what was the increase? I can't find. Anyway, them numbers went up. I can't find where that number is.
That man said, them numbers.
I can't find exactly.
Them numbers went
That's
up.
my fault.
These other numbers, you just don't know Zen, and I don't either.
Yeah, I thought I had it where it showed. But anyway, I think it was like a 30-40% jump. Something like that. But anyway, them going away from that exclusive relationship and deal with Sony has paid off. So I wanted to get y'all thoughts on it. I guess I'll come.
It's a 32.3%.
Yeah,
jump.
that's what I was looking for. So go ahead, Keith. What's your thoughts on this, man?
I mean, of course we could, take this moment and point the finger at Sony and say, there's multiple factors into this. One, you're spreading your games to multiple devices. Mm-hmm. That's the obvious. I think we should pinpoint that and say, of course you're going to increase sales because now you have a large pool, a bigger audience to pull from. But I also think a large part of that is, and I don't want to harp on the Xbox or even Windows PC, but I think a large part of that is the Switch 2. Just because we're talking about Japan here, and Japan Eastern games, they have been showing up and showing out for handheld devices, specifically the Switch 2. And I would assume that Square noticed that with a lot of their HD 2D games that they were putting on the original Switch. So when Nintendo put out a system that was capable of running games like Final Fantasy VII, all 3 titles, Final Fantasy 14, and so on and so forth, to me, it just logically makes sense that these numbers will increase because I'm no longer held to just playing these games on a singular device, but I'm also no longer held to playing these games in my house. I could take it on the go. And I think a large part of the success is because it's on the Nintendo Switch 2. I could be sounding like a fanboy, but we've already seen the numbers of how Japan or just the East in general goes up for the Nintendo system. I still think, the what Sony and Square was able to build is why they are where they are. But I think because of the market shift and how people are playing, especially in the East, is shifting more toward handheld devices, and Nintendo is capitalizing, and companies like Square Enix are benefiting. So that's my take on that, and I can't do nothing but see more and better results from here on out.
Okay, all right. Mr. K-Bub 20, come on through. What's your thoughts?
Man, Keith said. Yeah, this is a good move. This is turning out to be a good move by Square Enix. Sorry, I almost called them Capcom. By Square Enix to move off of their pure relationship with Sony. It was not. It was all based on money. There's nothing really else there to base it on other than money. They were not getting the money back that they were used to getting back on with the PlayStation, and so they thought the better deal was to kind of break their relationship and do their own thing by being a cross-platform type of game.
I'll be right back.
And you can ask Xbox on how well that works. It works very well. So yeah, I don't have any qualms about that. Being the Sony guy on the podcast, I don't have any qualms about Square Enix making that decision. I thought it was a good decision by them. It's paying off to be a good decision by them. And okay, I'll say this. At heart, I am a Sony guy. I love Sony systems. I buy every single Sony system. I buy most Sony systems without thinking it, except you, PS5 Pro. But I'm still, my biggest heart is that everyone can get a chance to play the games that they love. That supersedes Sony fandom. That gamers can play the games that they want to play. I would be a bigger fan of a one only system, not a PC, a one only system that everyone can contribute to than saying, "Hey, Sony won the console war." Just to understand where I'm at with that. So the fact that these gamers can now play it on whatever platform they want to play in, and Sony's kind of losing out on that, I'm perfectly fine with that. I think that's a good decision that Square can make to make money, and it's paying off, and it should. And they're one thing they haven't done is kind of the EA approach, where you kind of just shoehorn it into the other systems, or you just do a half-baked job on the other system and then complain when it doesn't sell well. Right, they've actually done their due diligence on most of their games, especially big up to Capcom. They've really done their due diligence, but Square done their due diligence, especially with some of those Final Fantasy VII games, like the remake, Rebirth, or whatever. They've done their due diligence to make sure not only does it play on the Switch 2, but that it works very well. And so, yeah, they deserve the accolades. They're doing the right thing as a software company, getting the game in people's hands, a lot of people playing it, and taking care of their IP and making sure they're putting the best product they can on the system that they put it on. So, big ups to Square Enix for making that jump and that gamble, and it paid off.
I wouldn't be mad if Square Enix, they teamed up with Netflix and got the bag. You know what I'm saying? Other folks already got a bag.
Excuse
Square
me?
Square Enix teamed up
Excuse
with
me?
Netflix and put out like a Final
And what kind of bag you talking about? An exclusive trailer bag? What kind
Yeah,
of bag you talking
they
about,
put
Keith?
out like an exclusive trailer movie or
Nope, I
something.
can't.
You know what
I
I'm
can't.
saying?
I
Advent
can't.
Children type
Nope.
S
No.
quality.
Advent Children. Oh man, I
Yeah,
watched that.
you know what I'm saying? Do something like that. You know,
So
Advent Children. That's a
so
throwback, cuz.
so looking at these numbers, how do you think Sony? I don't know if y'all dealt with this. How do y'all feel Sony may be feeling about this, seeing that they were successful by going away?
I got kids. Hold on.
Sony has always been supported by some third parties that have made a decision to stick with them. But that had been going away since the PS3 days. So t- this is just one of the others that started to go away. Konami was one of them, right? Because the Metal Gear Solid games were PlayStation only games, right? So that was one of the third party developers that stuck with Sony side, and they've long gone. Konami's long gone over. Tekken as well was only on the PlayStation, right? So it's been an evolution. This is how it's been since the PS3 days. These developers and publishers have moved on and contribute to the other system, and I think Sony may be a little. I mean, they're not happy about it because you can't have that as your reason to get a PlayStation. You can't use that as the gamers play here or whatever their slogan that they have. But I mean, they're still making the money from it. They're still getting people to buy it on their system. So I don't think they're too upset about it. It's not like they went and took the games off of Sony, but they can't be happy about it. You that was your exclusive. Your unpaid exclusive, if it was such a thing.
Okay.
Wasn't
Shouts
it,
out to Dark Storm. Go ahead, Pete.
Okay, I was saying he was saying some of the back.
I was like, he was cutting me off. But no, I remember. Which one was it? Was it Final Fantasy 16? Was the latest one? And I remember I think that's 16. That was like exclusive to the PlayStation 5 for a minute, and then it finally went everywhere else. That was something that a lot of Sony fans or gamers rather were touting, like, oh man, we got more exclusives, because it wasn't exclusive. It was only on their platform. But I don't think the numbers came back. And of course, I mean, Sony don't have to be happy. The numbers just speak for themselves, and I'll say it sucks because they have been the go-to when it comes to Square. But it is kind of a changing of the guard that now they're going to be just putting their games everywhere. I'm not even saying they finna just stick to one platform anymore. Like, oh, we're going to go all Nintendo. I don't think that's a smart move.
No, that's not the right decision.
You put your games everywhere.
I got a question. And K-Bum, don't judge me.
I'm probably gonna judge you.
But don't, because
I
you're not gonna like. You're not
probably
gonna like,
will.
You're not gonna.
Oh,
Like
I already know I'm not.
You're not finna like what I'm finna do. But I gotta
I
do it
know.
because it's the perfect segue.
We'll try it.
All right. So based on what you just said, in these games, we talking about legacy games on PlayStation, Final Fantasy, Tekken, and we starting to see that a lot of these games are not getting the support on Sony systems anymore. Not like they once did. So I think this is a good segue, and I think you'll appreciate it, but you might not like it because you really didn't want to talk about this. But stay with me. Don't judge me. The question got to be asked: has the core fan of Sony changed? Is there changing with the fans and what they actually are playing? Because those first-party titles and those legacy titles used to thrive on Sony. They didn't need, like Square Enix didn't have to worry about anything with putting Final Fantasy exclusive to a Sony system. They knew they was going to make their money back. Now, I know there's other factors into this with bigger budgeted games and stuff costing more to really make back your money. So I don't want to just put it all on this, but we are seeing these games sell less and less. So to Keith's point, you got to start putting these games everywhere to make back what you at one time with inflation could make from Sony. So we seeing, the Square Enixes, like you said, K-Bum, Tekken used to be PlayStation exclusive. You're not seeing that no more. Grand Theft Auto used to be PlayStation exclusive. You're not seeing that no more. And I'm not saying all these games are leaving for the same reasons that Square Enix has, but looking at what's going on now and the games that are selling, has the taste of the fan base changed from these type of titles to other type of titles? And that kind of goes into that last topic we didn't know if we'd be able to get to. Has the core fans actually changed to gun and ball players? I said running ball, but gun and ball players rather than those core legacy players like K-Bum would play a Yu-Gi-Oh! You would play
not anymore.
I know.
Sorry.
I'm just saying. You
Okay.
are an old school
Okay.
PlayStation person. You would play these games, and you still play single player games. You're not a Fortnite. You're not a Call of Duty only. You're not a just NBA 2K and Madden. You play God of War. You play Spider-Man 2. You play those type of games that are not multi-platform or shooters. Has something changed with Sony fan base? Has the fan base changed? I think that's a fair question. Go ahead.
Who are you asking?
So-
Who's asking K-Bum?
I'm asking K-Bum, and then I come to you, Keith.
So, in order to say that something's changed, and this is what I want to alluded to, just having the fact that a change was made doesn't indicate actually that there was a so-called problem that happened there, right? Can we show records that, okay, yes, the games were selling less, right? And I don't know if that's what was actually being said. Like that they told off because people were buying more of these games, right? And in order for those two conversations to be had, I think we need to have the evidence. And I actually started looking up the evidence. I was trying to find out how much the Final Fantasy started to sell to see if there's a downward trend, or is it simply because, hey, there's more fish in the sea, right? Is a decision made because there's more fish in the sea, there's more money to be had, and there's no reason for me to be over here on these 60 million units when there is 150 million units somewhere else that I ain't making no money on, right? Is that move because of the gamers changing and not buying the games on the system, or is the change based off there's more units in other places that will buy my game, and I am cheating myself by sticking to this one place? And that's part of the argument that needs to kind of be fleshed out, is that in order to say that, hey, that have the gamers' taste change, we have to be able to showcase evidence of that changing occurring, right? And the evidence of someone moving on to somewhere else isn't indication enough. GTA moved away from Sony because Xbox paid them $50 million. I remember the guy was on stage. It was E3. He had a GTA fake tattoo on his arm, and he rose his arm up and he showcased that tattoo because they had just paid Rockstar $50 million to get GTA onto the Xbox system, right? And again, that movement has nothing to do with the Sony gamers, right? And so I said a lot to say a little. I'll say this. Sony gamers have always been. Let's take the PS2. All right, the PS2 audience to me is closer to the Wii audience than it is to the PS3 audience. There were people who had PS2s just to play DVDs with very little games. That 160 million was not fans.
Right.
That was more of the blue ocean type of people that bought into it because it was a cheaper way of doing Blu-ray or whatever was popular at that point in time. And so to me, that's not an indication of the audience. An indication of the Sony faithful audience is more online with what the PS3 did. Right? Because you had to want a PS3. You had to be a fan to get a PS3, and the fact that it still was able to get to close to 100,000 shows that there is a pretty decent fan base out there for Sony that likes the Sony brand. But this brand, and I'll speak on the people that I've interacted with, which is a good range of people. Most of these people play Call of Duty. And this is since the PS4 days. Call of Duty Still D4 came out on the PS4 or PS3, right?
I'm not a Call of Duty guy, so
PS4, PS3. So we're saying around that era. My friends who I played Call of Duty with were pretty much playing Call of Duty. Every once in a while you'll see a first person exclusive, but they were playing Call of Duty and they were waiting for the next Call of Duty. And then you have my sports homies who are playing 2K, and then we switched to Madden, and then we switched to FIFA, and then we switched to MLB The Show, and then we play the next 2K together, right? They're not jumping at playing Ghost of Yote. There's a few of them in that audience that is, but not most of them, right? And so my understanding of Sony, not just the Sony YouTubers who speak really loud on the internet. I'm talking about the real people who play Sony games. I feel like that audience has always been shooter sports ball audience. I don't believe that audience was built on just playing God of War or just playing the only thing they bought was God of War and Ratchet and Clank, and the only thing they were playing was Resistance or Hack or Siphon Filter or whatever it was at that point in time, or Metal Gear Solid. I don't believe that audience was just doing. You know, I played all those games, but I was also a sports ball guy. I got the new Madden, I got the new college football, I got the new Call of Duty. So I think the perception is, the thing is, Nintendo fans are different than Sony fans. Nintendo fans are going to sell out first party. Sony fans don't they enjoy the Sony console, but it doesn't mean they enjoy the Sony first party games. To me, there's a separation. I think I'm going too long, so I'm gonna let it toss it back to Keith.
You cooking?
I think there's a separation between enjoying Sony games and enjoying Sony consoles. I think there's a difference there. There's a separation, and I don't think everyone that owns a Sony console enjoys Sony games. They enjoy the variety of games you can get on a Sony console. As far as either I can sit here and play indies, or I can play the best third-party games out there, or I have a network that can connect me with most of my friends. And now I have a network that can connect me with my Xbox friends. All right. And I can do all that from the safety of my Sony system that has been legit, sound, that doesn't break down often, is reliable. And so I don't think the Sony audience,
you got an agree,
because even for me, you guys have said, if Sony goes under, I am still gaming somewhere else. right? I'm not doing backflips
Yeah, it's gonna be
saying
hard
why
for
Sony.
Nintendo go on there.
Why? So if a Nintendo fan, if a true Nintendo fan, and Nintendo goes under, they might think like, "What am I going to play now?"
Yeah, that's true.
If,
That is
I don't
true.
think I don't think true Sony fans say that. They were like, "Well, guess I'll get an Xbox." I mean, what did Xbox fans do when Xbox went down? Well, Sony time. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I just, that's how I feel about it, and that's why sometimes I feel because the guy that wrote that comment, the reason why I disagree is that a lot of times they view Sony from a Nintendo lens, which means you have to be in love with first party, right? And if you're not supporting the first party, you're not supporting the system. Well, that's not true. As Sony's about to show you with digital games, that buying games on the platform itself, buying into the ecosystem, buying the online is supporting Sony. So I like I said, I don't see it as the same when it comes to comparing first party Sony and Sony console as being the same thing.
Okay,
That's my take.
go ahead, Keith.
What's the main question?
Well, I was just piggybacking off of that last topic with Square Enix, and a lot of these games used to find prominence and comfort just being exclusive to Sony. Like K-Bum brought up Tekken.
Yep.
We knew Square Enix,
GTA.
Grand Theft Auto. Like
Metal
a
Gear
lot
Solid.
of these games, Metal Gear Solid, they was Sony exclusive, even though they wasn't first party. That's the only place you could play, and they was happy. But now we see that a lot of these games have left. Now we know why Square Enix left. K-Bum brought up why Grand Theft Auto was went over to Xbox. They paid for it, but Square Enix left because
50.
they wanted to make more money, different thing like that. So the question is, and K-Bum kind of hit it, but I'll give you the opportunity, and it kind of goes to that topic we was gonna have. Have we? And I'm gonna change up the question because what K-Bum said. Have we misdiagnosed what a real Sony fan or PlayStation fan is?
Yes. I think and K-Bum said he said a lot of things, but I think one of the things he says there's a certain lens that you have to look at this from, and you have to isolate it to just Sony. When you go back, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, specifically PlayStation 1, Sony was really trying to make a name for themselves, and they had a variety of things that you could play, and they were for the times high quality things. And then when the PlayStation 2 era came along, you got your sports games, fighting games, Japanese RPGs, platformers, racing. You went to Sony because you wanted to play everything, and then they started sprinkling in the exclusives like the God of Wars, Jack and Daxter's, and what was the one on PlayStation 1? Twisted
Sly
Metal,
Cooper.
Sly Cooper,
Yeah,
those types
Twisted
of
Metal,
games.
Sly Cooper. Spyro.
And Spyro, which they lost because they never had actually, or did they have it?
No, they never had it. That's another one of those exclusives. That was
Okay,
THQ.
okay, so Activision.
Activision, yeah.
But I think the main difference when you look at Sony and other companies, and you probably could throw Xbox in here too, is that when you look at somebody like Nintendo, just to give it a comparison, when you look at Nintendo, and they always get criticized for doing what? Man, they keep making the same games. It doesn't seem like they're growing with their audience, and this, that, and the third. Well, that's by design. Nintendo's doing that on purpose. PlayStation is the complete opposite. They are growing with their audience, and their audience has been maturing. And as their audience has matured, certain games have fallen off. They don't play those anymore because their audience is getting older. They don't have time to play certain games. They're not trying to sit through the games that they could sit through when they was in high school or junior high or whatever. They don't have that time. So the numbers speak for themselves, and Sony has been giving the audience what they want. So I think that's one of to me, that's one of the major differences. That's why you see outside of games being more expensive to make, that's why you see certain games just not coming back because the audience has aged out of that. And when people are looking at, man, where's the Sony of yesterday? Well, they grew up, and Sony doesn't cater to what you were. They cater to who you are now. And I think that's
God of War 2018 is a pure example of exactly what you're saying.
exactly. They literally turned the game on its head and said, "We're not doing it that way because you should be playing it this way. You were 20 at that time, and now you're, I don't know how long they go between
a dad.
You're a dad now.
Can I
So
jump in here? Go ahead,
Yeah.
finish your thought, but I want to jump in on what before K-Bone. I want to get a chance to respond to that.
No, I'm not jumping back in. I'll let you go ahead.
But
Go
yeah,
ahead, finish your thought, Keith.
they are growing with their audience, and that's why you see certain games not being as prominent anymore. And I guess you look at somebody like Square Enix, they're finally now realizing they're like, oh shoot, the gamer that the Sony PlayStation used to bring to our games, they're not there anymore. We got to go find them. Where are they? Because they're not. There are some sprinkles in there, but it's not enough of like what it used to be. Because like you were saying, it's a lot. I don't want to say Sony gamers are casual, but the casual market is the dominant market. They're playing the Call of Duties, the Maddens, the 2Ks.
Yes, it is.
It's the dominant market. So they're going to continue to play those games on there. But the unique, obscure first party titles, they're not doing it because they're not catering to them. Nintendo caters to their first party, and they don't care how old you got. They're going to say, hey, you still want to play Zelda with these big eyes and stuff like that. I know you're 45, but you still want to play this game, don't you? And they don't care. Sony
Right.
cares. Sony like, no, make them realistic in voice acting. But no, go ahead, Level.
Okay, so everything you said, I agree with. But I'm gonna put a different angle on what you said. It's not that Sony has grown with their fan base. I think Sony has thinned out the type of fans that buy their system. You buy K-Bum is to me the old school Sony fan. I'm here to play everything and solid third party. I'm here for the first party. I'm here for all these experiences, and I can go where I want to go, when I want to go, how I want to go. I'm not limited. I'm not excluded. I'm here. That's kind of to me what my take from K-Bum. I have access to what I want, minus Nintendo for the most part, because everything else will be there. And now you even got an Xbox there. But now I think, to the point of this guy in this post, you basically playing Call of Duty, Madden, 2K, and Fortnite and those type of game, and Roblox and Minecraft and all the other stuff like the legacies and the Gears of God of Wars and the Last of Us, and you starting to see those numbers do less and less and less and less on PlayStation Season. You starting to see the same game, kind of like what you described with Nintendo, Keith, is Madden, is Call of Duty, is NBA 2K, is Grand Theft Auto. Those are the megatons. And then all those other games, the Ghost of Yotes, the God of War Ragnarok, we are the loud minority. We yell and holler, we love it, but when the sales come in, those games sales decent, but with a system that has 80 to 90 million owners, 7 million sold is really not great. When you compare to a Mario Kart or a Mario game or a Zelda game on the Switch with 100+ million people, you saw 30 and 40 million copies sold. But you still see the 20s and the 30s with the Call of Duties, the 20s and the 30s with the Madden. You seeing it there. So I guess my thought is, are they growing, or have they come to realize all this group wants, and we gonna give them everything that they want in that space, and they catering to kind of to the point of what they were saying. They catering to that group. K-Bum is in that group, but K-Bum ain't just that group. I'm buying PlayStation 4, God of War, Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yote, Spider-Man, Wolverine. That's why I buy my PlayStation 4, and I may get a Mac
because you have a Nintendo lens.
Wait. Yeah, right. But that's what was before. That's why I use K-Bum. I'm not the person. I'm losing K-Bum. K-Bum is in both lanes. But even the person that K-Bum is becoming a unique Sony fan because K-Bum still play the guy. I got cousins, bro. They don't play nothing on that PlayStation but Madden, Call of Duty, NBA 2K.
But my point is that has always been the majority.
Okay.
That has always been the majority, and that's why I kind of explained in my speech is that most of the guys that I play with are those guys.
Right.
And that has always been the majority, even going back.
That goes to what actually the comment said here. The dude here, he said Colin is finally realizing that what he thought actually has always been. And that kind of go to your point, K-Bomb.
But that's what I said about Square Enix. I was like, oh, they just realized that, the gamer that used to play on these consoles, they're not here no more. Or they never were here, really. This is the only place you can get it. You couldn't, Xbox wasn't big enough. Nintendo wasn't getting the games. This is the only place you can get it. But when it got spread around, it was like, oh, shoot, okay, I get it now.
You can no longer,
But even that, I don't think, because even looking at the numbers in the PS5, like, it still did good numbers.
It did.
Like, decent numbers for a Final Fantasy game.
And
so that tells me
it's on PS5. It still sold the most on PS5, too.
I'm not talking about the previous one before they left here. Before they left, it still did decent numbers.
16?
Yeah, and so it wasn't that it didn't sell well. To me, it's more of there's more fishes. I can catch more fish, and I think that was the draw for them to make that move. Is that if I put it over here, like if I'm doing those numbers on this system, this other system has a bigger Japanese influence. I can make even more money. It's not that they've let me down,
right?
But
basically, it has gotten too big, and the budget is too big to us to rely solely on Sony fan base. We to make back what we need to make back. We need to open it up to other fan bases.
Yes,
I agree with that. So but that
was before you move on. Yeah. I thought this was a very interesting question, and we have two Nintendo guys on the podcast. I would like you to answer this truthfully.
Okay.
Can you be a Nintendo fan and not like their first party titles?
No.
Tokyo.
No.
Oof.
Shokio is a huge Nintendo fan, and he does not like the typical first party Nintendo games.
No.
So who is?
Shokio.
Shokio have grown jaded with first party. At one time he was the purest Nintendo fan. I think over the years, for many other things that K-Bum would complain about, and I would say myself in some ways, but Shokio has grown jaded with first party, but he still is a Smash guy, carts guy, but he just wanted to see Nintendo evolve in like other areas like online, strengthening the online, strengthening things that Sony and Microsoft has made a staple that kind of we gonna stick to our guns, stick to our roots, and stay with the status quo. Nintendo, I think he grew jaded to that. And Mario, he got tired of Mario being milked. I remember Shokio's argument. So I would say he grew jaded with Nintendo over time. So I would say no, he's not a Nintendo fan at this point.
I would say he is. I don't. But not
that he's not a Nintendo fan, but I think he like myself. Like, I'm a Nintendo fan, but I'm not that, if that makes sense.
Let's say I think you're still trying to put a Nintendo fan in that first party box. There could be Nintendo fans out there that's like, yo, I'm so happy about the Switch because now I can play games on the go like I never had before and don't care about the first party titles. And they're a huge Nintendo fan. Because they're offering them something that they weren't getting on other devices.
But does that make you a Nintendo fan, or do you like something Nintendo just did that you buy into? That's not saying I'm a Nintendo fan, but I like this device.
Why not?
Because I don't have to be a Nintendo fan to like the option of being able to play on the go. I like what you did with this system, so I bought it. Like K-Bum. K-Bum was not a Nintendo fan, but he liked what they did with the Switch, so he bought it. with the Switch 2, so he bought it, but he's not a Nintendo fan. I think that's what you're describing. I don't think you could be a Nintendo fan and not like Nintendo games. Then you're not a Nintendo fan at that point. That's just me. I'm not fighting again. I'm not pushing. Well, I am.
You are, because every time I say something.
But I'm pushing back. I'm pushing back on because the Switch 2 offers something you like. Therefore, you're a Nintendo fan. I'm pushing back to that. That's too simplistic to me to say, oh, the Switch 2 offered me the opportunity to play on the go. I bought the Switch 2. Therefore, I'm a Nintendo fan. To me, that's too simple. I think a lot of people buying Switch 2s that are not Nintendo fans, but they like what the Switch 2 offered them. Now, they might become Nintendo fans, but they just bought a system that appealed to them. They might not be loyal to the brand at all. That's kind of what you described to me there. I mean, that's just me. Go ahead, my bad. You finish your thought. I did kind of cut you off.
No, I just gave an example of someone who I would still consider a Nintendo fan. I would even consider that dude Black Bun. I could consider him a Nintendo fan, even though he can try to pretend like he's not.
Yeah,
but
I consider Shokio, the Black Buns, all them dudes privately. Now I think Shokio is a Nintendo fan. I think he jaded with Nintendo practices, but I think he's a Nintendo fan. I think he loves Nintendo first-party titles. He might not love every one. I don't love every first-party Nintendo title, but the core franchises, man, like K-Bone said, if Nintendo gone, I'm like, man, I don't love enough of Sony. I don't love enough of Microsoft to know how much I'm going to invest. You know what I'm saying? But Nintendo, I like a good portion of what they bring. You know, I don't think you can be a Nintendo. I don't think you could be a Disney fan and not like Disney characters, not like they movies. Are you really a Disney fan at that point? Like, I think Sony is different, and I appreciate and I accept what K-Bum said. I think we misassess what a Sony fan is. Sony is not there for first party, and Sony wasn't known for first party till later in Sony's PlayStation lifetime. Sony was known for third party and having everything you wanted there. And K-Bum said that's what we there for. We always wanted Madden. We always wanted the Call of Duty. We always wanted the gun and ball.
So are these Sony fans?
They're Sony fans because that's what Sony has historically been. So but going with K-Bum,
I understand what I understand what you're saying, but it's like now I don't know. It's kind of weird that they could be Sony fans but not care about Sony games only because they playing Madden.
No, I'm saying because I'm using K-Bum's point. That's why it's like we may have misassessed what Sony fans really were. They always been the ball and gun people. PlayStation wasn't about first party per se because for the first two systems, first party was not what drove that system. It was everything else. The DVD player, the coolness of it, the freshness of it,
So you like what they're doing, but not necessarily the games.
Well,
like the Switch.
No, wait, Keith, you slick, but give me a chance. Because there's not because you jumping into you talking about a system that started one thing and became Switch to Switch. I'm talking about what Sony started out being is where their fan base started. And then it became third party dominant.
I would throw something into this batch level that kind of changes it a little bit.
Go ahead.
I can see someone consider himself a Nintendo fan because they fell in love with this hybrid type of system. And someone consider themselves a Nintendo fan because of that.
Okay. But are they a Nintendo fan or are they a Switch fan?
They're still a Nintendo fan because they're a fan of the system. It's still a Nintendo fan, even though they're a fan of. And that's why I explained that people were fans of the Sony system, and not just peers of the Sony software, but they're still Sony fans.
Right.
And I think and I think you can be a Nintendo fan because you're a fan of Nintendo systems. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a fan of Nintendo software. That's the same example that I gave for the Switch. So I can see someone who enjoys this portable type of gaming becoming, you know what? I love the way Nintendo does gaming.
Right.
Like anytime I see a Nintendo system, I'm buying it because that's what I love about them, and not being like, hey, I have to play Mario, or I have to play Zelda, or I have to play, yeah.
So let me play with that. I'm not even fight against it. I think that is a true statement. I think the Switch, just like the Wii, carved out an audience that was unique to the device. The Wii was that blue ocean strategy. People love the Wii, so therefore, if they say they love Nintendo, by your description, that is true. They are Nintendo fans because they love the Wii and what the Wii does. The Switch is carving out its own group of fandom. I will concede to that. Yeah. Can I be a Nintendo fan because I like what the Switch is doing? I love the Switch. I love Switch 2. I love that whole ecosystem. I love that whole hybrid design. Absolutely. Fair. Yes, you're a Nintendo fan, but you're a Nintendo fan of the Switch. What I was trying to get to...
Of the system. Yeah, I agree.
What
of the system.
Okay, so what I was trying to get to...
Still a fan, but yes, you're correct.
Yeah, so... To what you were saying earlier, that has always been PlayStation.
The majority is that.
That's what I'm saying. So that's my point.
The majority
has always been it, and I'm saying that let me get this out, then I'll give it to you.
Let me finish.
That I have to come back and reassess. Like, wait a minute, I have assessed what Sony fandoms were. I'm realizing, yes, that's always been Sony fans. They was uniquely different. Like Keith said, they was totally different. Whereas typically back in the day, Nintendo fans were fans of Nintendo first-party offerings, especially, I would say, N64 on. So I even say prior to that, Super NES and Super NES was PlayStation because it was everything. But Nintendo came into where I would say Nintendo, what we know today, 64 on is that. Keith, would you say that? Would you say 64 on is the Nintendo we know today?
Yeah, because they lost a lot of third party. Yeah.
All right, so that I'm talking to that group. That group were fans of Nintendo first party offerings. It may have been developed under the N64, but that became a thing. With Sony, I just never realized that's always been Sony. And PlayStation 3 had a N64-like moment where first party had to carry the way and people started to appreciate Sony's first party. But Sony never stopped being what K-Bum just said. The system that you can play everything, we're not necessarily here for the first party. We here for all the other stuff. Whereas Nintendo turned into, we here for Nintendo. I think Switch is changing that dynamic. So to Keith's point, I agree. Switch is changing that, but so the fan of Nintendo now is changing. That's what I'm trying to get. So I want to push it against any both.
No,
I was just trying to start at certain points.
Let me say this real quick.
Well said, sir. Nice dance.
one of the things that PlayStation, and just this conversation has made me think about it. One of the things that PlayStation has done, and I've always criticized them for, and why a lot of people probably has maintained playing on PlayStation, is the controller. A lot of you got Madden, right? Some people may prefer to play with is it called asymmetric sticks? I think it's asymmetrical. Some people may prefer to play with that, so they may like playing Madden. They don't really care for God of War, but they like playing it on the PlayStation controller because they like the sticks. So they could definitely be a fan of that control scheme, those input buttons. Like, they're so used to hitting triangle, square, X, and circle, R2, R1, versus A, B, X, Y, and so on and so forth. And see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? And that's just so familiar. Like, they know Like it's almost like muscle memory. I know what I'm doing when I pick up this controller. It's the same input on the Xbox controller, but it ain't the same. If you know what I mean.
I feel completely different. I feel lost when I pick up an Xbox controller,
See what
and
I
that
mean?
analog is somewhere else. And I'm like, even like the Nintendo Pro controller, I'm like, okay, what buttons do what again?
I never,
Like I lose all knowledge.
I never liked the PlayStation Dual Shock, that asymmetric, whatever you call it. Never, but you grew accustomed to it because that's what you had to play Tekken on and whatnot. Let me ask this. Let me ask this question. Then we move on to this Madden last topic. I told you, I told you this was gonna be a good topic.
Well, I had to set the stage first. Yeah,
I set the stage, but I gave you the floor to shape it how you want it. But
yeah, I had to say because okay.
I feel like it's not fair if I don't.
Okay.
Okay, even though Sony was not known for first party, even though they had first party, but they weren't known for it. Can we honestly say that third party at one time, because it was all exclusive to Sony, almost was like a first party machine because all the third party
Third party was first party. Third party was first party.
So
Third party was first party.
Third party, that's what I'm saying. So you could only get, like you said, K-Bone, you could only get Tekken on PlayStation. You could only get Final Fantasy on PlayStation. There's a lot of games.
Final Fantasy.
GTA. It was a lot of games for a good long time that you could only get on Sony system that was almost like a first party title because it was exclusive to that title. So can we say that it wasn't a similar situation as what we kind of described when Nintendo, it just wasn't first party related, even though those games had like a first party status?
It's always been a level of exclusiveness that brings people to Sony. If it's the game, if it's the way that the console works, or if it's the fact that it does Blu-ray, there's always been some level of exclusivity that brings people to Sony. And then it's the variety. So I do believe, I am a firm believer, and I will stand on business and say exclusive drives console sales. You will never hear me utter otherwise. So I will have to agree that it was some level of exclusivity that moved Sony consoles. Exclusivity. Thank you, sir. That moved Sony consoles. I will always agree with that.
All right, Key, come on there. Like,
I missed the question.
I'm saying, okay, to be fair,
I got up for this one.
I was saying to be fair, even though what K-Bomb said about Sony is true, and I never thought about it from that lens, Sony still enjoyed like a first party vibe because all those third party titles were exclusive for at least 3 generations to Sony, like Final Fantasy, Gears of God of War, Grand Theft Auto, what was the other one we just named? That Tekken and all those games, even Street Fighters. For a season, you could only play on PlayStation. Well, no, you could play it on Sega too. But a lot of those games you could only play on PlayStation. Some of the biggest games in the industry, you could only play on PlayStation. So they kind of did enjoy even though there wasn't first-party titles, they had kind of first-party positioning with that exclusivity. Could we say that those people weren't there for that reason as well?
Yeah, I think Sony, I wouldn't call it first party. I understand why you're saying it, but definitely.
No, I'm not saying it's first party. I'm saying it had that exclusive.
No, I'm just saying that I wouldn't categorize that, but I would categorize it as exclusive because it's the only place you can get it. So naturally, this is where I'm going to go play this game, and this is where I've always played this game. You know what I mean? Right. So I just kind of stuck with it. So yeah, they definitely benefited.
For clarification, y'all, I wasn't classifying it as first party. I was saying they were enjoying a first-party-like experience on the PlayStation because of exclusivity. So even though they were third-party.
Oh, I'm not challenging your classification. I'm just saying what I would say.
Right.
I agree with you. I agree.
I'm just saying I didn't classify it as first-party. But, yeah.
I got you.
So, yeah, that's interesting to me. Anyway, I think you hit on something though, Keith. I gotta concede here. Nintendo is changing because that 150.
Yes, it is.
That's not all that old school Keith Norris level Nia type fan. That's a new
13
fan.
million.
Yeah. Well, that was 13. That was 13 plus.
What you want to say? 25 million GameCube? What you about to say?
I would say because you still got the DS, but even there was a lot of kids. You got to factor in a lot of kids who just getting bought there because it was cheaper and it was a good introduction. But I won't say that's fair to say them Nintendo fans. I would say out of that, you may have had Nintendo fan base may be 20, 30 million strong. This Switch ain't that. That's something else. And to Keith's point, and they love what Nintendo is doing with Switch 2. And a lot of the legacy fans are like, this is not my Nintendo. And the truth of the matter is, it isn't.
They out there.
They go.
He ain't lying.
So you got a lot of people upset with Nintendo, and it's like, I'm like, it's cool with me.
Are they successful? I gotta go. Gotta get out of here. They being successful.
Anyway, thank you.
That's funny.
It was something you said. You said I agree with level. Thank you. Who's that? Novan Wise 90. I appreciate that. Man, I don't know. I mean, can you be a Nintendo? All right, so let's get to this last topic. He says, good conversation, y'all. All right, so Madden 27 has come out. K-Bump said he's been playing it. Well, y'all know that Madden, EA has put this game on all platforms, including the Switch 2. It has parity with all the other versions, every feature.
Parity.
But for some reason, it don't have parity in one aspect. The Switch 2 version does not have crossplay. So we got to ask the question, in 2026, does it make sense?
In the year of our Lord, 2026.
Is this acceptable that Madden for the Switch 2 in the year of our Lord, 2026, does not have crossplay? Keith, since I started with K-Bum on that last subject, I'm going to give the mic to you and give the floor to you. Bro, what say ye?
You know, I am so happy that Madden is on the Switch 2 looking good and beautiful and crisp and got a 60 frames per second. But these FOMO tripping. These FOMO
tripping.
They tripping, locking it just to the Nintendo ecosystem and not having it crossplay. I gave them a pass last year, even though I'm not the Madden player, but I gave them a pass simply because the game was running at 30 frames per second. I said, okay, I can see 30 frames per second. But now that's not the hindrance. I don't know why it's not cross-platform between multiple devices on the Switch 2. I don't understand that. I think it should be. It has all the feature parity, but it don't have the one thing that's going to let them play with Xbox, PlayStation, PC gamers. They're locked to their own ecosystem. And for games like this, who knows if the game is really selling like that, is going to sell like that on the Switch 2. So you're going to have a limited amount of people that you can compete with online. You just lock them to a smaller ecosystem, and I don't think that's cool. I think either it needs to come later or something, but I think EA would do themselves a huge justice by allowing the Switch 2 to be cross-platform like that. Cross-platform. I keep thinking the wrong words. So
we understand.
Yeah, cross-platform, multi-platform. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, I don't think that's cool in 2026. I think
the year of our Lord, 2026.
The year of our Lord, 2026. I think you should definitely open that up, especially now that you can take it on the go and you can. Man, I'm finna play somebody on the go as mobile, so whatever.
Okay,
I'm curious to see what K-Bum finna say though. I want to know what the Madden
just dropped the bomb. This is not acceptable. All right, K-Bum. the resident Madden guru. This dude was ranked. He actually could have probably went pro. He could have probably went a professional.
If it was
let
early
me
enough,
tell
I
this
would
story.
have.
Let me tell this story. My first
Okay.
introduction to this dude, man. One of my first introductions. Two introductions to K-Bum 20 was Tekken, Tekken Tag. And he tagged me up. I never forget walking in the dorm. It was me, I think Ben and somebody else. We walked into K-Bum's dorm room. And we there to pay Tekken. And I'm thinking I'm finna come in here and beast this dude up. Got a quick awakening to there are better players out here than you, Lev. So, and then the next time we was at I think Dre's house. We was having like a cookout over there. And K-Bum had Madden out. And this was the first time I knew you could play 4 players on Madden on the PlayStation 2. And I didn't know how they was doing it, but I got on with you guys and we was playing Madden. And then was the first 2 introductions to K-Bum. I didn't even know this dude was in the ministry like that, all that. But that was the 2. It was Madden, PlayStation, and Yu-Gi-Oh! But anyway, this dude, not to shoot, let me sing your praise, K, but this dude could have literally went professional at Madden playing. He that good. So I need your take. K-Bum, is this acceptable? Everything is there, like Keith said. It's literally got parity in all the modes. Everything is there, but cross-play. Is that acceptable in the year of our Lord 2026?
Time to start a question with a question. Is all 60 frames per second equal?
I was gonna wait.
No, there's a little thing called frame time, but I don't know.
Forget frame time. Forget frame time. Is all 60 frames per second equal?
In that case, yes.
Really?
Yeah, you said game. You said frame time
because as you said before, like let's take 2K. One 2K has physics with the jerseys and one doesn't.
This is true.
Can that cause a disconnect? One has real time shadow, one doesn't. Can that cause a disconnect?
I don't know.
One has shadow reflections. Real time shadow reflection, one doesn't. Can that cause a disconnect? And then on the other end, it degrades even further when you go to handheld.
Isn't this true of Street Fighter 6 too? And Forza?
It depends on how you build it.
Okay.
Yes. It is. In short, it is 100% true for every game that's out there. But you also have to understand, sports games is much different. You have AI and physics for 22 people that is running. In Street Fighter, there's one character versus one character. That's it.
What about Fortnite?
Fortnite, they bring Fortnite down for parity. They bring Fortnite down for parity, so that it equals and it plays. The Fortnite is going to play the same. It's going to be probably the same as that game on both.
Gotcha.
It's not going to be. They're going to lower it down to the lowest common denominator. I don't think Madden is doing that, but you have to understand that Fortnite is built to be an online game. That's what you do. So they build it like Call of Duty. Call of Duty is built to be an online. Madden is not built to be an online game. It has online with it, but it's not built to be an online game. So I do think. So I say all that to say this. I do think that's something they need to fix. I think it is wrong to isolate Switch 2 owners. I think it's wrong to isolate them to just being able to play with Switch 2 owners because that is probably the smallest audience. Not because of console sold, but because of, as we stated before, normally these games are sold on the Xbox and PlayStation PC.
Right.
So just by number of sales, it's probably going to be the smaller audience. And I think it's an injustice to single them out onto their own platform. I think it creates an imbalance in the game. But I do believe, and I do know that Madden itself is, even when you're playing PlayStation 5 against PlayStation 5, has issues with sync. This game is notorious for that, for being desynced. Okay. And so they made some improvements this year that you can say, okay, I see what you focus your time on doing. I get it. You got the performance up. Awesome. Next year, you need to get this. This is very important for the lifespan of this game on this system. This is a very important thing. FIFA 26 also. So the last year version of FIFA did not have crossplay. I don't know about this year's version 27. I'm not sure. I'll have to check my notes to see if 27 has crossplay, but I know 26 also did not. This is something that they need to rectify. They need to fix. But I'm not up in arms about it and saying this is lazy development. Crossplay is not an easy thing. You can't just switch. Boom, crossplay works. No, especially when when you can't even figure out how to get these things not to occur with consoles versus console. Like, I need you to get that together, sir. So yeah, I don't. It's a problem, but I don't think it's as big as a problem as people want to make it out to be. But I do think it's a problem, a growing problem that EA needs to fix next year, because they finally got the performance where they wanted to have it, which is 60 frames per second. But they have to resolve this cross-platform issue, and it needs to work next year. If it doesn't work next year, I would be up in arms about it, because you finally solved the performance issue of the 30 frames per second. And I'll give you another pass because I know how desynced this game does, but it should be no excuses for next year. It's how I take. That's my take on it. You can. They say you can clip me. What the kids say.
I'm gonna say, cause me and Keith kind of was talking about this, and Keith said it shouldn't even be here, right? And
yeah, don't even give it to me if you can't give it to me.
And I didn't want to agree with that, but at the same time, I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad at that sentiment. And listening to you, K-Bum, I don't have much pushback to what you said. You made me consider some things, but I will say I did hear some reviews on how the online plays, and they say it's pretty much solid. They don't have many drops with me. Not anything that ain't typical with any other Madden experience, like you just said. So my thing is this: I'm going to give credence to what you just said, and breathe that into my take, because I was going to say I still feel like it's not acceptable, because to me you're creating a reason to go buy elsewhere. Like, what's the point of going through all this work of getting to 60 frames per second, doing all that stuff? And I'm pretty sure, like you said, there's aspects of this game that just they can't do like the other games. Like are these real shadows? Are these, like you said, what did you say?
Real-time shadows and
real-time shadows. Certain things, certain physics, certain things might not be one-to-one with this version to maybe a Series X and PlayStation 5 or even the S. But to me, not knowing enough on how these things impact online play, it's hard for me to assess where to put it. But I feel like with EA, this is just me. It's like they always find a way. It's like, I want to support y'all, but I still want status quo. I still want you to play elsewhere, but I want your money. So clearly, I remember telling y'all this last year. There is nothing about this game that told me that it couldn't run at 60 frames per second. I told y'all that, and I said I think it was just more of a rush situation, not having time to really optimize it to the 60 frame. Well, clearly next
that goes in the Tank Dog's question when he asked a question.
Okay,
he said the same thing.
Okay, well, I finish this thought. So to me, they did all that. Like, what's the point of going through all that to then stop at creating, because I asked, and it's like the what came back to me was EA just did not create the path for the online portion. They haven't created a path for Switch connecting into that. Like, they got to create. It was something they said they got to create it. It's not undoable. They just got to create it. And the theory was maybe they didn't feel like it was worth it. Maybe it's not enough players. Maybe it's not enough something. But I'm like, okay, if you're going to go through all this to get this game to run at 60 frames per second, all the stuff you want to add it and have parity, why not go the extra step to create the path for cross-play? Decoding, that's what it said, decoding for cross-play. Now, I don't know if it's what K-Bum you saying. I don't know. I'm not educated enough on them topics, on them subjects to know one over the other. But it would seem to me that is not undoable. I'll leave it at that. And then
I think my issue with this year's version is that with last year there was an obvious reason, and EA even had a statement about it. But with this year, they not saying nothing. It's just excluded. Madden 27 on the Switch 2 is just excluded, and there's no explanation behind it. I don't mind it being excluded, but what'd you say?
No, I'm saying it's not that they haven't given an explanation why it doesn't have it.
Yeah, there's no explanation about it. It's just not there. And I'd at least prefer, like, okay, it's not there. Why not? Can I ask that? And I just want EA to give a legitimate reason, other than we just didn't want to.
Vague, we couldn't. He's like, okay. Okay. I don't know what it is, but let me see what Alan Steed is talking about. Tank Dog 574, a.k.a. Alan Steed, said, I know this is off topic, but do y'all feel like when Nintendo drops a new system that is close to PlayStation and Xbox power, they rush to put out a new system? Meaning, when Wii U came, the next year PlayStation 4 and Xbox One came. Switch 1 wasn't powerful enough. Switch 2 came, and now it talks about PlayStation 5, 6, and Helix. I'm gonna give this a stab. I'm gonna say no, because Switch 2 just got here. PlayStation 5 is literally 5 years old. When the Wii U came, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 was about 4-5 years old. Nintendo just has kind of carved out their own timing of things. They have kind of gotten away from the traditional times, and they have become, to me, the gap system. They fell into the gap where Sony is releasing the PlayStation 4 Pro, Nintendo is releasing their new system. So they in the gap, and I don't think it's. I think with the Switch 2, Sony wants a new system out. I would say that's true. They want to separate themselves they want to separate themselves from the Switch 2 because it's so close. This is a first for them. That has never been the case in previous generations. But no, I don't think that Sony them like, oh, Nintendo got a new system. We got to put. No, I think Nintendo has put themselves in that spot with, I guess, one, waiting so long to release the Wii U. They should have released the Wii U probably a couple of years prior to when they released it. Because I think the Wii was almost was pushing on 8 years in the market, and it was clearly past its ability. Like the Wii shouldn't have only lasted but about 4 or 5 years, and you should have got the Wii U. Nintendo decided to milk that. Then we got the Wii U, and then the PlayStation 4 came and mollywopped it. And then the Switch came, and it changed the game with the hybrid, and now they on their own trajectory. So I won't say no. I don't think Sony is like, we got to get a new system. I think with the Switch 2, they want to move on to the PlayStation 6. They just can't. they want to
market.
create that. They want to create that distance. I said that in one of my videos from last year, but they can't because the market is not going to let them. So, and that's why I said Nintendo is caught up at the right time with the right system in the right moment, because it's going to be hard for Sony and Xbox to separate themselves because of the market. Now, I didn't predict the tariffs and all that stuff and the RAM situation, but my hey, sometimes I'm like a prophet, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. I did say this was going to happen. I just didn't perceive it was going to happen like this. But they're going to have a hard time separating themselves from the Switch 2 anytime soon, because we could have talked about this. RAM is about to go up some more. so it's
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
That question and what you just stated. You know how exhausted gamers were the 360 and the PS3 era?
Yeah.
And Nintendo comes out and say, "Hey, here's a brand new system of what you just got tired of.
Right.
You're tired of this, and we're going to give you more of it." I never considered that, because I was just excited to see Nintendo games finally getting that HD treatment. But gamers were exhausted with the era. They was ready to move on. So that's one of the biggest issues that Nintendo faced, and I never considered that. Because like I said, I was just so excited to see Nintendo games, but they were exhausted. Like, what's the new graphic set that we can sink our teeth into? Yeah, this screen on this controller is great. I think the Wii U should have had like a Grand Theft Auto 5, and I would have loved having that screen there. It probably would have been the definitive version. Wait, somebody already said that. Let me not do that. But no, I think it would have been great. But yeah, gamers were exhausted. They wanted to see what the new was going to be.
Right.
They finally wanted to see 1080p, 60 frames a second.
Yeah, and like I said, because the Wii came out the same year as the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, I think a year before. No, you said you're right.
It came out the same year, and the 360 came out the year before. And I had bought the 360 because of Gears of War, and I got the Wii, and then I got the PlayStation 4 when the Slim model came. So that whole generation went way longer than it was supposed to go. But like Keith said, Nintendo came after people was tired of that generation. They came with a system equivalent to that generation. And when the PlayStation 4 came and the Xbox One came, and you saw that visual bump, Nintendo, that hurt Nintendo with that GPU system, and they hurt themselves. But yeah, it seems like that because every time Nintendo comes with a system, they come in 5-6 years after the other systems have been on since the Wii U. They had to rush out the Switch. The Switch was a gap system, came in the middle of the lifespan of those other systems. So when they released it 2 years later, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X came. But the Switch changed the game. Now the Switch 2 is here in the middle of at 5 years into the PlayStation 5. So that's normal. The lifespan is about 5 to 6 years. But they're going to have to go another probably 2 years before they can really release the PlayStation 6 this time. So, no, I don't, like you said, Navon, it's coincidence. It may seem like that, but I will say PlayStation desperately wants to put the PlayStation 6 out. I would say this is one time they do want to put the PlayStation 6 out, and that's because the Switch 2 is uniquely different than anything Nintendo released in a long time. And it's just too freaking close for comfort. That's why I said in the comment section, I would love to be a fly on the wall or an executive in one of them board meetings to hear how Sony feels about the Switch 2 right now. Because this has not been the case, being that close to where you looking at a Switch 2 game and you looking at a PlayStation 5 game, and you would have a keen eye to understand the differences. The average casual can't see that. K-Bum can see that. Keith can see that. I can see that if you follow it enough, but most folks can't see the difference. And that's scary. They ain't counting jackies. They ain't counting if there's no what's that that Nintendo doesn't use that Digital Foundry kind of gets mad at them. They know you. Dang it, it's on the tip of my tongue. I hate when
I know what you're talking about.
Post. What is it? Not post.
No, it's FAATSA. That's
Yeah. They could but the gamers the most ain't looking at them that jaggy on that shadow. So that's scary to them. And like in these games coming out from Capcom, especially in the East, and now you start to slowly see the Western getting on board. Yeah, they want to put the PlayStation 6 out, but no, I don't think they was like, oh, the new Nintendo game out. Nintendo was never in the equation. Let's just be real. Even with the Switch, Nintendo wasn't in the equation. They was in their own lane, but you can't poo-poo 155. You can't. The Switch 2 is different. K-Bum bought a Switch 2, y'all. That should tell y'all how different it is. K-Bum's like, you know what?
I thought it was the best option out there.
K-Bum's like, you know what? I like that device. That's what you see, and I think you starting to see more and more and more people like, hey, I don't mind playing Shadows. I don't mind playing Madden. I don't mind playing 2K. That's why I say it ain't acceptable. Because that's, to me, those things will, if you get that right, you'll see a lot of people buy Madden on the Switch too. That's going to keep them from buying Madden on the Switch too. Because if I could play on the train, I could play on the plane, I could play as I'm commuting, I could play at my job. All I got to do is take my tablet. Madden fans being able to play at the gig on break, yeah, absolutely Madden is sell. Absolutely 2K is sell. Absolutely Call of Duty going to sell. So I be feeling like Madden, I be feeling like EA be like in the movie K-Bum Keith in the original Avengers when the dude was under the control of Loki, he still, I don't know, unconsciously or consciously built in a way to diffuse a little thing he like I don't know why, but I built in a way to
put a fail-safe in there.
A fail-safe. It's like they doing that, and I don't want to say that, but that's how it feels. Like you do something to inhibit this one from being Nintendo. What you doing? Like with the Wii, they made the shell shaded Madden. I'm like, you gave us a system that we can literally do motion controls. But you made it shell shade. You didn't give it the same features as the other one. Maybe you couldn't. I don't know. But if you had played Madden on the Wii, it wasn't that bad. Then you didn't bring it to the Wii U at all, when you probably could have made it parity with the others.
Man, that touchscreen would have been crazy.
That touchscreen would have been right. But you don't bring it. It's like you always find that EA always find a way to gimp whatever Nintendo support they giving it. You bring FIFA, but you bring the previous year FIFA. So like brother, if you don't want to support them, but Madden, I gotta give them to them. It may be something what K-Bum is saying. I don't know. But it seemed like to me, go the extra mile. If you're going to get the 60 frames, you're going to get all this, go the extra mile and get the cross play. Because that's what I was hoping for. I was like, I can play K-Bum right on my Switch. I got to go, if I want to play K-Bum, I got to go buy the PlayStation 5 version. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, man. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Come on, EA, get your act together. Any other thoughts on this? Any other thoughts? Are we finished? Comic Book Crunch say you got Last of Us PlayStation 6 version ready to go? Heck no. I ain't getting no PlayStation 6. This might be my last generation of gaming. I'm not even lying to you. If they come with anything over 600-700, I'm out. I am done with gaming. I will keep what I got. You know what I'm saying? I don't play enough as it is. It'll be that PlayStation 5, that Switch 2, and that'll be it for me. I may become a PC player at that point, and I'm on Steam.
Come on, bro. Come on over.
I might have to go Steam. I might have to get a Steam, K-Bum.
Speaking of Steam,
I heard you.
I'm telling you.
Speaking of Steam,
I ain't doing that.
This on PlayStation 5 too as well. So K-Bun, if you're interested. But Wild Blue Skies is out.
Yes.
It is out.
That
That's the game that's like Star Fox. I think it's only $15.
I can pull it up.
So,
I can pull it up, let y'all see.
so if you're curious, you don't want to play Star Fox, or you don't have the option to play Star Fox, well, the developers who made that game, because I don't know who they are, has made a game for you. Wild Blue Skies. I got it on my wish list, but these days, man, I ain't gaming like I was just a few weeks ago. So let's see if I can get to that one.
It looks cool. Hold up, let me.
Howdy, everybody. John Reardon here for Nintendo World Report TV, and today is the launch of
Published
Wild
by
Blue
Baylor
Skies on
Games.
Steam, PlayStation,
Chuhei
Xbox.
Lab, developed by Chuhei Labs.
Okay. So, let me see. This is it. They saying it's really, really reminiscent of Star Fox and Bars, literally almost 1-to-1 in some aspects. But I want to play this game. I've seen it. This is something me and Keith been watching for a minute. I want to play it. It's coming to the Switch 2 in the fall. I wonder why.
Crazy.
I wonder
crazy.
why. I bet the Nintendo like, yeah, I dare you put that up in my eShop right now. I bet you Nintendo did that, man. I bet they're like, nah, we got Star Fox out. We need to give Star Fox a little bit more room to breathe for y'all bring something that's equivalent to it. So, but anyway, yeah. Anything else, man, or are we finished here? I think we done, y'all.
I did put something up. I'm tired. I'm good, but I did put this up. K-Bun might like this, but the voice actor for Kratos. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Where is it at? The voice actor for Kratos. He said Kratos actor Christopher Judge calls out Amazon God of War series for not hiring writers from the games. He says, what are you thinking? These guys, no, he says, what are you thinking? These guys have been immersed in this world for 20 years. You think someone's going to know better?
Ooh.
How you talk? You think somebody's going to know better?
Ooh. Bars.
I agree with that. Why wouldn't you go to the people who've been writing basically movies for the last every God of War?
I don't know why they do that.
God of War has been a movie. it's creation, especially God of War 3.
Yeah, The Last of Us. When they did The Last of Us, they had a old boy, the lead director. Yeah, Kirk. Yeah, they had him in there. He was helping writing it. Matter of fact, he even brought the voice actors.
Yeah.
Into the show.
Ashley and
Ashley Johnson
Troy,
and
Troy Baker.
Yeah, Troy Baker. Yep.
Yeah, they had a role in it. They weren't their people, but they had a role.
Yeah, they had a role in it. Yep.
Okay,
that's weird.
I think that's a fair question. Let me throw this out there.
Very fair.
Let me throw this out there. What do y'all feel about Blade being canceled? Mahershala Walker, Ali.
Marvel's trash. Marvel's trash. Marvel is trash. Marvel is trash. They ruined this. They dropped the ball. They should be ashamed of themselves. Even Kevin Feige said he is ashamed. He is so disappointed in himself that he let Mahershala Ali walk out of the door without doing the Blade movie. Mahershala Ali is an amazing actor and would have destroyed that role. And you let that man walk out the door because y'all couldn't get two people together, or some writers together, or a director and a writer together, or everyone to get on the same page and create this movie. You guys suck. You suck, Marvel.
I like what Mahershala said. He said if they wanted to do it, they would have did it.
They would have.
Then the question got to become, why didn't they do it?
Because they had other things that they felt that was more important.
So I guess Wonder Woman,
Wonder Woman,
Hulk, She-Hulk was worth doing.
Well, they were trying to do that. That's different. That is a different place. That is a different piece of the studio. You can't equip those two.
But ain't the same people funding them though?
No. That
Okay.
is
All
being
right,
done by
all right.
Marvel Television.
Okay.
Is doing that. Marvel movies is not having anything to do
Well,
with the television
reallocate that
series.
money to the Blade movie because y'all wasted a good Hulk. Y'all wasted Hulk. Y'all wasted She-Hulk. Y'all wasted. It's a whole bunch of them movies nobody cared about. Nobody cared about Bucky and old boy Falcon. Nobody cared about.
I did, but that's cool.
I did kind of like it, but reallocate that
I did.
money. I kind of stole that from Tony Baker and Cav on stage. Reallocate that money to Blade so we can get this Blade movie kicking off, man.
Yeah,
I'm
they
mad at that.
They should have did it, man. You should be mad. I'm mad. I'm a Marvel fan. I'm a huge Marvel fan, and they trash for not getting that movie out there, bro. You can't let that man walk out the door. That man is one of the best working actors we got right now.
What is this, Keith?
Let him walk out the door.
Older the berry, sweeter the juice.
I'm glad you said warning. So anyway, yeah, I got to get my mind right. So anyway, yeah, Mahershala Ali. Yeah, I'm mad about that, man. And then they canceled the Wonder Man. Is that the name of that one?
Yep.
Okay. Before we get up in arms about that, did you watch 11?
No, I ain't getting up in arms over it. So I didn't watch it yet.
I was making sure because people want to make it a black thing now. They want to talk about how Marvel's canceling all the black things.
Is it a black thing?
No, it's a money thing.
How y'all like them?
And nothing to do. Who watched Wonder Man before you black people get up? Because I follow on Facebook some comic book people, and they started getting on in arms about how they've done all this to these black actors. I'm like, shut up! Everything ain't a black thing. Just go sit down.
So
Wonder Man wasn't watched by a bunch of people.
Okay, well, like,
Sit down.
We weren't watching this. Stop it. Stop with this fake outrage.
Stop it. You weren't watching this.
What about the Black Panther announcement with the new dude? How y'all feel about that?
He's a good actor. He doesn't look the part. He doesn't. But they bulk up everybody. Even Paul Rudd was buff. Okay. So if they can make Paul Rudd buff, we got a chance with this Black Panther.
All right.
But apparently he's a good actor, so we'll see.
Yeah. I think old dude dating old girl messed him up. Oh no, I think that movie he in too. He can't be in the movie.
He took that movie because he wasn't getting Black Panther.
You think so?
Yes. Old boy probably said, "Nah, man, why you dating my homie girl? You ain't getting in this movie, cuz."
That's what Michael B. Jordan.
And it's like, cuz.
You dating my ex? You think you gonna be in the movie with me? Like, I thought that's what it was too. But anyway, man, that's a show for tonight. If y'all wasn't entertained tonight, there's no entertaining y'all. Mike, EA, get your act together, man. Get this crossplay going. I want to buy Madden. I do. I'm not buying it. That's too many games to buy right now. I'm waiting on. I need to see 007 at this Gamescom. It's supposed to be playable. Keith, are you concerned about 007 on the Switch too?
A little bit.
I am too. I'm a little concerned. We gonna see.
When is games come?
The 20-something, 26th, 25th, somewhere around there. It's in the next week. Not next week, but the week after.
But you know what? We gonna be able to play Dustblood, so we can at least talk.
Did we let them know? We all hold up, man. Stop the music. So to let y'all all know real quick, me and Keith have been invited to go to we straight up field. No, we were both accepted to be able to play in the Dustblood beta. I guess stress test on the 21st. I'm gonna take off.
Let me see.
I'm probably gonna take off work for that.
20. Yeah, it starts on the 21st through the 24th. Okay. So we're not gonna be able to talk about it next podcast.
No, it'll be the podcast following. I'm probably gonna take off work for that, either that first or that second day. Man, I'm gonna need to be at the crib to try that out. Yeah, we in. I didn't think they was gonna accept me. I was shocked.
Yeah, same.
Keith said I got accepted. I was like, dang, man, Keith lucky. Then he's like, man, I think you got accepted. I went and looked at my thing. I ain't accepted. He said, well, you have made it in. I'm like, oh, the Lord is good. Anyway, so we'll see what Dust Blood has to offer. I am not a From Soft guy. Elden Ring got 4 hours out of me and don't need to get no more. So we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to let these dudes sign out. Dust Bloods. I'm proud of y'all. Go ahead, K-Bomb.
Yeah, man. K-Bomb 20. Enjoy the podcast today. Had some fun. Thank you guys in the comment section. Thank you. Nova Wise, I don't know if this is my first time seeing you. It sounds like it is, but thank you for coming through. We appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed today. We'll look forward to having a conversation with y'all next week. And man, stay cool out there in that hot summer heat.
All right. Mr. Norris, come on through.
Yes, sir. K-Bomb is not wrong about that hot summer heat taking everybody out. Please say thank you to your showers. But yeah, man. So tonight really was a good conversation. Kind of woke me up a little bit. I can't wait to get back sleepy because I am tired. And but yeah, man. Happy gaming this weekend. I hope y'all get some gaming in. I hope I get some gaming in, and we'll get a chance to rap on next Thursday. But y'all stay safe in these streets. Be wise and keep your faith. And drink plenty of water.
All right, here's your slap yourself. Slap yourself. There you go, comic book crunch. Yeah, man. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, preferably. In the meantime, like Keith say, man, stay safe. Hey, you don't know the Lord, get to know him. He's good all the time. And all the time, the Lord is good. I promise you. If you what it say? Oh, taste and see. Anyway, let me stop playing with y'all. That the Lord is good. Sweeter than honey. Anyway, let me stop that. But anyway, we'll be back next week, same time, same place. Thank everybody for tuning in. Novon Wise, 90, man. The first time seeing you in the comments. Thanks for keeping us company on the night. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Deuces.
But we got smashed, bros, though.
Peace.
But we got smashed, bros, though. But we got smashed, bros, though.